Stimulating talk radio. It's the John Kobylt Show. How are you? We are here every day from 3 until 6 o'clock. It's best if you listen to the whole thing, and I understand. Few of you work. Some of you don't. They're the ones who contact us most frequently. But for those of you who work, we have something very convenient. It's called the iHeartRadio podcast, and you go to the iHeartRadio app, I should say, and download the John Kobylt On Demand podcast. And then you can listen to anything that you missed. We're live on X. We're live on YouTube with video, and you can watch as well. And there's a chat room on YouTube, so you can all discuss things among yourselves. Now, last night was the debate between Nithya Raman and Karen Bass, and it was held in Sherman Oaks Homeowners Association. And you might have tried to access the video stream on this, which I understand was nearly impossible. They, there's something wrong with homeowners associations just in general. There's something genetically misaligned about people who run homeowners associations with all their stupid rules and obsessions and constantly wanting to fine you and monitor you. In the event that you paint your house a color other than beige. And don't trust people who insist on beige. It's just a rule I have in life. And they're very peculiar. And in the first debate during the primary, somehow they excluded Spencer Pratt. They didn't want Spencer Pratt to be debating, even though he was a major player, obviously, in the race. And that's never been explained. This time around, they have Raman and Bass last night, but there's no video access. Well, I mean, they put it on a Zoom thing, but I guess they paid for the cheap account. Like what's the lowest price for a Zoom account?
I think it was a free account.
It's a free, yeah. You get a limit of 100 people that can join. So that was it. The total audience for the Los Angeles mayor's race. We got a city here of 4 million people. And this is the first debate between Raman and Bass. And the Sherman Oaks Homeowners Association makes it available to 100 people. Now, why they couldn't put a camera and do a YouTube stream, I guess that might have cost, $10 or $20. They didn't think of that. Now, how could you get access to this, right? Because obviously it filled up quickly. Well, and I learned this morning when I read Spencer Pratt's review of the debate. Apparently there was some group in India that had hacked into the system and was offering a live stream. And we may or may not have had access to that live stream from India in order to give you these clips. That's right. We're going to put Joel Pollak on, and then I'll play you the clips coming up. All right, let's get Joel on. How are you, Joel Pollak, opinion editor for the New York Post?
California Post.
Huh?
The California Post.
What did I say? I'm sorry. California Post. Yes. Joel Pollak, the California Post. You watched this thing. You got on the pirated feed from India, or you just got in early on Zoom?
I was in early on Zoom. I was doing my job. Get there early. First rule of politics, be present.
I saw your review today. Talk about what you saw.
It was possibly the worst debate in the history of the city of Los Angeles. It was really just terrible. They couldn't get to a point. They were taking pot shots at each other the entire time. And they really didn't outline any new plans, new visions. They didn't inspire anybody. It was really two candidates trying to lose the election.
Two candidates that really nobody wants unless you have a vested interest like the city unions do, or you're a DSA member. I mean, I don't know anybody who even wants to talk about this thing.
Well, I think you can say Bass won because in a race where you're trying to unseat an incumbent, the challenger has to look like he or she is much better than the incumbent. Because incumbency comes with a kind of weight of its own. So Bass, in a way, held off the challenge. she also got some really good zingers off. And Raman was really terrible at responding. I mean, Bass pointed out that Raman had missed thousands of city council votes. And instead of changing the subject or pushing back, Raman said, yeah, but I was doing other stuff.
She literally missed thousands? Is that true, or is that just hyperbole?
Well, it's true according to Nithya Raman. I mean, she didn't dispute it. She just said, yeah, but, I was doing all this stuff that you told me to do outside of the city council. So, what are you complaining about?
Karen Bass is a target-rich environment, obviously. Raman has a lot to work with. Pratt showed that. What did she do to go after Bass, or was she incapable?
It's actually a good point. She's had so many failures, starting with the Palisades fire, which was not mentioned at all during the debate, not once.
Wow!
But she did land a jab or two around the fact that Nithya Raman's close advisors are also doing PR work for Lineage, the company that was involved in the Boyle Heights fire. So that looked bad for Bass, and she had to admit it looked bad. But that's about as far as it went. I mean, there was very little that Raman did to damage Bass.
It's just that, the overwhelming issue is homelessness, and the two of them have the top two key roles in homeless policy, because Nithya was in charge of the homeless committee. And so, I mean, they're both massive failures here.
Right.
How did each one of them handle that?
Very poorly. And in fact, at one point, the moderator said, the problem is nobody in this room trusts you, both of you, either of you. I mean, it was kind of a low point in the debate, but it would have been funny if it weren't so serious, because how often have you seen a debate where a moderator looks at all the candidates and says, you're all terrible?
That's Phil Shuman. Yeah, we're gonna have Phil. Yeah, we're gonna have Phil on later. It sounds dreadful. I'm kind of glad I wasn't able to access the video. 90 minutes of this. Yeah. I got to give you credit for sticking this out.
I know. I'll never get those 90 minutes back.
I know. I mean, was there anything you wanted to hear addressed and they just never got around to it, or they glazed over it? I mean, was there anything?
Well, the Palisades fire, no mention of the fire.
Yeah.
That's obviously a big issue to me.
Yes.
Since I'm from Pacific Palisades. And just no new ideas at all. I mean, nothing about the Olympics, really. Nothing about what the next 4 years are going to look like. Just nothing. It was just terrible. Absolutely terrible.
What about the lack of police we have in the city? We're way under. And we have half a fire department still.
Right. So they did bring up the police. They couldn't decide who was to blame for that. They just blamed each other. And, if I had to fact check that, I'd probably say that was correct. They are each to blame, because Bass has failed to hire police and Raman failed to vote for the police budget. So, plenty of blame to go around. Raman came up with all kinds of excuses for why she hadn't voted for the budget. It looked pretty bad. And to the room, the members of the Homeowners Association, it was actually a pretty big issue. They raised it multiple times. They talked about public safety. A lot of them work from home in Sherman Oaks and concerned they don't feel safe in their own homes. So it did come up, and neither candidate really seemed to assuage either concern.
Does anyone believe that Raman's homeless numbers actually went down 49%?
They did. And that's because there were some, if you recall, a few years ago, some very, very prominent encampments like Echo Park or Echo Lake, whatever it is. It's a huge issue there. In fact, Raman faced a recall effort when she was stalling the removal of those encampments. So she did see a lot of those numbers.
That's right. Her district goes into Echo Park, right?
Right.
Oh,
right.
yeah. They did clean that up against her.
Right.
Against her will.
Exactly.
Oh, and now she's claiming credit for the job.
Right. But she started with a huge number.
Oh, I guess we finally lost the connection there. All right. Well, listen. Hey, Joel Pollak, we're coming to the end anyway. Joel, I've got to go. There was not one moment where someone convincingly said, here's what I'm going to be doing for Los Angeles in the next 4 years. Here's what LA is going to be like by 2030.
Not one moment.
Wow. That's terrible. Joel, thank you. I'm sorry you had to sit through it, but thank you for coming on and talking to us about it. Joel Pollak.
I'll just say it really.
Yeah, we got a bad phone line now. Joel Pollak from the California Post, and you could read. He's wrote in an entertaining column. If you're into dark humor, Karen Bass, Nithya Raman proved they're both awful at LA's mayoral debate, and we are going to play some clips from this awful debate. How's that for a tease, huh? That's next. And Deborah Mark is live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Here is the latest. Voters in California could approve an $11 billion affordable housing bond in November. And the world's largest wildlife crossing is getting ready to open in Agora Hills. We'll have more at the bottom of the hour, heading over to the 5 next.
Infinity Bank. Most banks give you a call center. Infinity Bank gives you the president, Victor Guerrero, to speak directly to. You call 657-223-1000 or visit infinity.bank.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo, the only business software you need. Sunny and hot tomorrow, highs ranging from around 80 to the triple digits. This report, actually, there is no sponsor here. From your Toyota dealer's traffic center, we make it easy. We have a vehicle fire on the 5 in Mission Viejo.
On the northbound side of the 5 before Oso Parkway, a big rig caught fire and the 3 right-hand lanes are blocked. You have a backup to the 73 toll road. Onto the San Fernando Valley, 405 southbound approaching Nordoff. A 2-vehicle collision just cleared from the 2 left lanes over to the right shoulder. Best of all, no delays approaching the accident scene. 110 northbound before Torrance Boulevard, a stalled SUV is clearing from the center divider area. This stretch of the North 110 a little slow from Sepulveda Boulevard to Redondo Beach Boulevard. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, you need attorneys that listen, care, and stand up for you. And that's why you call the attorneys at Sweet James. They have the reputation that puts power and respect on your side so you can focus on recovering. If you're hurt in a crash, call Sweet James. They have an office in Los Angeles. 1-800-9-MILLION or go to sweetjames.com.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-MILLION. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorney.
Gold and silver recently hit record highs, then pulled back. So are metals still a good buy? Many experts say yes. Gold remains a long-standing hedge for wealth protection. Visit LearCapital.com for your free gold kit. That's LearCapital.com. LearCapital.com.
Join me, your buddy Conway, and Travel Store for a luxury Caribbean cruise in February of 2027 aboard Oceana Cruises. All you got to do is make a $200 deposit between now and August 31st. 800-777-6540, ConwayCruise.com.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
This report is sponsored by Staples. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
I suffered from chronic knee, hip, and back pain for many years.
This is Emily, and this is her Good Feet story.
I was unable to take a walk around my neighborhood, and nothing alleviated the pain. Oh, I'm just going to have to live with chronic pain for the rest of my life. I had been toying with the idea of going to the Good Feet store, and I went in, I got fitted for the arch supports, and I had a moment where I started crying because I was like, wow, this feels great.
For over 30 years, the Good Feet store has been helping improve the quality of people's lives 2 feet at a time.
And a few months later, I was able to walk like 10 miles. I've been wearing the arch supports for about 4 years. They are helpful every single day. My life is more wonderful because I'm just able to experience it instead of being at home, sitting on the couch, not able to move. If you've tried everything and you think that nothing's going to work, I encourage you to go to the Good Feet store because it changed my life and it could change yours too.
See how we can help you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. We have 11 area locations. Find the one closest to you at goodfeet.com.
If you've been listening to Bill Handel, you've probably heard him talk about Zellman's for years. What's been stopping you from trying it? If it's because you thought we were just another mint, we're not. Go to Zellmans.com. Use code SAVE for 20% off your first order. Zellmans.com.
Summer isn't over, but the hottest deals at Wild Rivers Water Park won't last long. Take advantage of cool savings at wildrivers.com before they're gone. Get discounted tickets at wildrivers.com. Wild Rivers, where there's sun and fun for everyone.
I'm not great with words after a fight, and I'm sorry wasn't cutting it this time. So I used Smile Tunes to write a soulful ballad about how she's always right. By the second chorus, the silent treatment was officially over. Visit smiletunes.com and get out of the doghouse today.
When I hit my 50s, I felt like things were slowing down.
This is Sandra's Metamucil story.
I started taking Metamucil for digestion, but had no idea it would impact so much more. Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil, one simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to metamucil.com for more details.
Tim Conway Jr.
Like, there was a story that came out last week that McDonald's is hurting. We can't do a million things on this menu. We just, we're not going to be good at all of them. And meanwhile, nobody said that In-N-Out wasn't doing well.
Tomorrow night, 6 to 10 on KFI AM 640.
They just put a simple burger, fries, and a Coke, and they give it to you, and you split. And they're doing great.
No.
So it's different business minds.
This is KFI. More stimulating talk.
Touchdown! The countdown to the new NFL season is on.
And now all 32 in-market local teams can be heard on the free iHeartRadio app.
He's in! That's a jet touchdown! Just open the app and search your favorite team.
Plus, Fox Sports Radio breaks it all down.
As we get closer to week 1. It's crazy and it's fun.
Join the conversation and stay locked in. Live local games with you all season long.
Download the iHeartRadio app.
Search NFL and press play.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk radio. The John Kobylt Show. And Moist line is 877-MOIST-86. 877-MOIST-86. So use the talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. Joey Tuccio, who's the animal activist on Skid Row. And he's getting absolutely zero attention from Bass and Raman as the dogs every day keep being murdered and tortured and experimented on. He posted today, actually last night, I just left the debate between Karen and Nithya. At the end, I talked to Karen's chief of staff who said Karen has not met with us because we are, quote, haters and aggressive. Meanwhile, we're rescuing starving dogs off the streets. I didn't think that saving lives was aggressive, but they're going to see a lot more aggression coming up. And yes, the conversation was recorded, and I will be posting. That'll be good. So we will be monitoring the social media platforms. The guy is doing the most wonderful thing in the world. We've had him on many times. Wow. All right, back to what this mess was. Like I said, I couldn't see it. It was only open to 100 people. And then the cheap Zoom account they had at the Sherman Homeowners Association, I guess, got filled up. But somebody in India, probably boosting Nithya Raman, right? She would be India's pride and joy. They pirated the meeting and put it out. And we have some segments. So we're going to start with cut number 1. They're talking about the entertainment industry here. And Bass goes after Raman for missing thousands of city council votes. Play this.
She's going to be the strongest and loudest advocate for something that you have been on the city council for 6 years. You've been at City Hall twice as long as I have. I realize you want to pitch yourself as somebody from the outside, but where were you? You introduced no motions for the entertainment industry. I was in Sacramento advocating. As a matter of fact, I did the first tax credit when I was Speaker of the House. You were nowhere. Even when it came time to vote, vote for the entertainment industry. You walked on votes. As a matter of fact, I believe you have missed several thousand votes because you don't show up to work.
I'm sorry. I have to be able to respond to that. I mean, this mayor, I think she knows.
Have you missed several thousand votes?
Yeah. I mean, we all miss. We all miss days of. We all miss days of count.
Stop. Yeah. Several thousand votes. That was Phil Shuman breaking it. All right, back it up just a little bit. I want to hear that whole thing. I didn't expect that.
Have you missed several thousand votes?
Yeah, I mean, we all miss. We all miss days of. We all miss days of council. We all miss days of council. But she knows, as well as I do, that I have had regular absences because I've been appointed to external boards that lead me to miss regular council meetings because these bodies that I've been appointed to by the previous mayor, by this mayor, sometimes conflict with our council days. I've also had some absences to take care of my kids or when I get sick, but nothing, nothing with beyond the norm.
Worst attendance record.
If you've been to a city council meeting, we could
other council members have outside appointments too.
All right.
You are not the only one, but they find their way to work.
All right, let's.
Well, look.
All right, in the next round.
I do just want to say, if I was such a poor worker, why did you appoint me to all of these external boards? Why was I the city's voice on these entities?
Well, you know what? We really need to
Why
look
was I
at that.
the Housing and
That needs to
Homelessness
change.
Committee chair for so long? I was doing
Are you getting ready to resign?
Good job. I was I'm sorry?
I said, are you getting ready to resign?
We're going to move on.
will accept
We're going to
your
move on.
resignation.
The next round of.
No, actually don't. Let it go on the whole hour. Oh, that's just great. All right, we got quite a few more that we'll play in the next segment. Karen Bass really sticking it to Nithya Raman. How is it possible to miss thousands of votes? That's not mathematically possible. And her only defense is, yeah. Oh, man, we are doomed. Deborah Mark, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Authorities in Manhattan Beach are investigating a potential explosive device at a home. This is on Chestnut Avenue, just north of Manhattan Beach Boulevard. The LA County Sheriff's Arson and Explosive Squad is on the scene. KTLA says Manhattan Beach Boulevard is closed at Meadows. Only the westbound lanes are impacted. This is a developing story. We'll have more information just as it becomes available. The news is brought to you by Sellers Advantage. When it comes to November's election, it looks like California voters are more worried about the feds than fraud.
Despite numerous claims by President Trump about voter fraud,
In California, they're rigging the election.
a majority of voters in the state are actually worried about potential federal interference in the election. That, according to a poll by the LA Times and the UC Berkeley Institute of Governmental Studies, it found that 61% of total voters have major concerns about the feds. When it comes to voter fraud, 41% are majorly concerned. Broken down by party, Democrats are way more worried about the feds and Republicans are way more worried about fraud. Republicans are also very worried about non-citizens voting. And though there's concern, so far there's no evidence any of the three issues are a widespread problem. Jason Nathanson, KFI News.
Voters in California could approve an $11 billion affordable housing bond in November. Proposition 1, also called the Veterans and Affordable Housing Bond Act of 2026, would authorize about $10 billion in bonds for affordable housing, home ownership programs, and homelessness efforts. Fresno Mayor Jerry Dyer said cities across California already have thousands of housing projects ready for construction, but need the funding to build them.
We simply do not have enough housing supply to meet the current or future housing demand.
The California Big City Mayors Coalition supports the measure. The world's largest wildlife crossing is getting ready to open over the 101 freeway in Agora Hills. Organizers say the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing will hold its ribbon-cutting ceremony on December 2nd, marking the completion of a bridge designed to reconnect habitat for mountain lions and other wildlife in the Santa Monica Mountains. Researchers will continue monitoring wildlife and restoring native habitat after the crossing opens. Wilbur, the viral West Hollywood pig, got adopted this morning. The small black and white swine, seen on social media video, darting through the streets of West Hollywood over the weekend, was up for silent auction at the West Los Angeles Animal Shelter. His new mom, Grammy-winning songwriter Diane Warren.
Diane saw the video and texted me saying, please get the pig, get the pig. So I made sure we got the pig.
Marcia Zwilling, managing director of the Diane Warren Foundation, tells KTLA Wilbur will definitely be well taken care of.
We're experienced. The pig's going to have a fabulous home on a ranch with gourmet salads every day.
Where Wilbur came from and who owned him previously is still a mystery. And the Army is offering first dibs on a video game in exchange for some more time.
2 years. The U.S. Army's 3rd Infantry Division, based out of Fort Stewart, Georgia, is offering a 4-day pass to play Grand Theft Auto 6 to active duty soldiers who sign a re-enlistment contract. The re-ups have to take place before the game is out in November. At least 20 of the 130 eligible soldiers have signed back up because of the GTA 6 perk. Officials say re-enlistment incentives are routine for the Army, with previous events involving the NFL's nearby Atlanta Falcons visiting the Fort Stewart base. Michael Crozier, KFI News.
We're going to head over to the 215 next.
Let me tell you. Sorry. Let me tell you something. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's their finish line. You get a handshake, they get a commission, and you're done. And you may not hear from them again until it's time to renew. But your business runs all year. And so do the gaps in your insurance and the risk you take. That's why I'm introducing SuperSure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, the CFO, the HR manager, it could all be too complicated just to buy a policy online. SuperSure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts, which translates your current policy into plain English, so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth. You know exactly what needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. Supersure.com.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Southland weather from KFI. We do have a slight chance of showers tonight. Low clouds and fog in the morning, then sunny, highs 80s to low 90s. Metro LA, 90s to the triple digits in the valleys, the high desert and the IE. Windy again in the high desert and the IE. Around 80 at the beaches, low to upper 80s inland OC. Right now, 87 in Laguna Woods and 89 in Rancho Santa Margarita. Crash on the 215 in Riverside.
You'll find it on the northbound side, just past Eucalyptus Avenue. It's an accident involving 2 pickup trucks. Both trucks are clearing from the center divider area. You're stop and go on the North 215 from Nuevo Road all the way up to the 10 Freeway Junction in Colton. Also a slow ride up the Cajon Pass on the 15 northbound from the 215 in Devore up to Cleghorn Fire Road. Up ahead on the North 15, just before Oak Hill Road, watch for a broken down vehicle blocking the middle lanes. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
Take your private life off the market. Use incogni.com/KFI for 60% off.
Hey, it's Chris Merrill. What if you could replace your entire home's incoming water pipe system in just one day and save thousands? Creative Repipe is offering KFI listeners 20% off plus great financing. Call for your free estimate, 888-373-0046, or visit creativerepipe.com.
Visit LearCapital.com for your free gold investment kit. That's LearCapital.com.
Tap into happy hour with half-price pizzas and select apps every weekday at Yard House. Find yours at yardhouse.com.
For Bud, the harmonica is a family affair. Now Bud's living with prostate cancer. He still knows how to groove, and he also knows once daily Xtandi. Xtandi treats metastatic prostate cancer that responds to a medical or surgical treatment to lower testosterone. Xtandi is proven to help these men live longer. Xtandi may cause serious side effects: seizure, a brain condition called PRES, allergic reactions, heart disease that can lead to death, falls and bone fractures, swallowing problems, or choking that can lead to death. Stop Xtandi and get medical help at once if your face, tongue, lip, or throat start swelling. Tell your doctor at once if you faint, have a seizure, quickly worsening headache, decreased alertness, confusion, vision problems, chest pain or discomfort, or shortness of breath. Xtandi can cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during and 3 months after Xtandi. Common side effects include muscle and joint pain, feeling unusually tired, hot flashes, constipation, less appetite, diarrhea, high blood pressure, bleeding, falls, fractures, and headache. What a riff, Bud. Ask your doctor about Xtandi.
Voters are hearing more messages than ever. And if you're working for a political campaign, the biggest challenge is making sure your campaign is heard in places voters trust. iHeart helps political advertisers connect through trusted local voices, podcasts, and streaming, reaching voters throughout their day. In a crowded cycle, audio gives campaigns scale, frequency, and a real human connection. Make iHeart part of your campaign media plan today. Call 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Help your kid excel in math and love it at brilliant.org.
Avoiding shorts because of your varicose veins? Just call 1-800-WEST Medical.
For a free termite inspection, call 800-PACIFIC or visit PacificCoastTermite.com. Restrictions apply.
Bowling is my sport. I'm a bowling warrior, but my plantar fasciitis hurts so bad. I felt like I didn't want to bowl anymore. I was devastated.
This is Lori, and this is her Good Feet story.
I was in constant pain for over 5 years because I was constantly trying to find something to help me feel better. And I wasn't getting it done. But then I found happiness at the Good Feet store and my Good Feet arch supports. With these arch supports, my game is fabulous. And I'm not thinking about my feet anymore. I'm just knocking pins down.
For over 30 years, the Good Feet store has been helping improve the quality of people's lives 2 feet at a time.
Outside of bowling, I still wear my arch supports. They fit my vibe, my energy. I know my feet are going to be supported. I know I'm going to be balanced. It allows me to do anything with ease. I don't even think anymore about my feet. I really just say, what's the next door I can open?
See how we can help you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We have 11 area locations. Find the one closest to you at goodfeet.com.
KFI, Los Angeles, broadcasting with 50,000 watts of power, 640 kilowatts.
Remember when you used to have a radio to listen to KFI? KFI is on the iHeartRadio app and brings you digital sound. If you haven't heard KFI on the free iHeartRadio app, you haven't heard KFI. AM 640, more stimulating talk.
KFI, AM 640. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, the John Kobylt Show. We're on from 3 to 6. Whatever you missed, you go to the podcast, John Kobylt Show on demand on the iHeart app. And that's shortly after 6 o'clock that gets released. We are live on X, live on YouTube. Subscribe and become a member on YouTube. All right, we're playing clips from, boy, this is really a farce now. This mayor's race is an absolute joke. Karen Bass, Nithya Raman mixed it up in Sherman Oaks. 100 people on Zoom got to watch. Others watched if they pirated a rebroadcast from India. Now, I just want to play that last little clip again when Bass goes after Raman for her attendance record.
Have you missed several thousand votes?
Yeah, I mean, we all miss. Days of council.
All right, stop. Have you missed several thousand votes? Yeah. And Bass leveled the charge a moment before that. And what she should have done if she had presence of mind, if she had a mind, is say, yeah, and you were in Africa when the fire broke out. It's bizarre that the fire did not come up. It was only 19 months ago. It was in the news again this week because Caruso opened Palisades Village and the arsonist who started it was charged again today. He went to court, didn't he? They're now charging him with the first fire, which led to the second fire. None of that got discussed. All right, let's go to cut 2 here. This is about the 4118 zones. That 4118 is the ordinance that allows city council members to issue restrictions in certain geographical areas against homeless setting up encampments in front of schools, parks, daycare centers, and the like. This is Shuman asking about Raman, about the 4118 zones that are now being removed. The restrictions being removed in Hollywood.
Under what scenario is it not safer for our children, for ourselves, to move crazed drug addicts away from schools?
In a scenario where they're not on the street at all. And that's the solution that I've been pushing for. This particular resolution, at its most effective, uses scarcity resources to move an encampment 500 feet down the block. I think we can do better. We can use our scarcity resources to actually end homelessness. We can end street homelessness. In my district last year, we reduced street homelessness by 49% over the past few years that I've been in office. We've reduced tents, RVs, and encampments in our district by 70%. This is possible to do, but we have to have a bigger imagination than thinking that the best that we can do in Los Angeles is to think about which block an encampment should be on. We should be removing encampments from our streets completely. We have every tool and every dollar we need to do that.
Where did the 49% go specifically?
They go into shelter. They go into, we have, sorry, this is my time to answer.
Litter.
Yes, you got to let me answer, Mayor Bass. We have four shelters across the district, and we put people in there. Inside Safe has come into our district because we've begged for it. We have begged for it. And we have brought people into there. We've brought people into permanent supportive housing, time-limited subsidies. We've applied for multiple grants and gotten it from the state government.
So you challenge the 49% figure.
No, I don't challenge the 49%. The question is, who did it? The 49% was done by Inside Safe.
No. Sorry.
Encampments.
I'm so
off
sorry.
Of the 405
No.
freeway that we removed.
We had
the encampment on the. Wait a minute. Now it's my turn.
But you were
the
interrupting me
encampment
the whole
off
time,
of the
Mayor Bass.
101 freeway was removed by Inside Safe. You have had encampments. You also have no problem with encampments being in front of schools.
Absolutely not.
And
We
you
don't
have
have any
said
encampments
so.
near schools in our district.
Well, you don't
there
have
were when I
encampments
first
near-
started.
Hello? Raman had just said that Inside Safe was responsible. And then she said it wasn't responsible. And then she said she begged for it. Well, which is it? Was it Bass's Inside Safe program that cleared out the homeless, or was it you? And what Joel Pollak from the California Post said is that Raman's district spills over into Echo Park. So when they cleaned up Echo Park Lake, that was a lot of homeless people that she got credit for because Bass used her Inside Safe program there. And she what she did is she completely deflected. The question was, how do you make a neighborhood safe for children when you don't have the restrictions of 4118 in front of the schools and parks? And she says, well, we can do better than that. Of course you can do better than that, but you got to do that first. First thing you got to do is make the schools and the parks safe at 500 feet. Yeah, that's not enough. Should be more. So do that. So get rid of them completely. But never, ever, ever do people understand how bad these homeless people are? How violent they can be? How drugged up and crazy? How many of them are criminals? How many of them were child molesters, sex molesters? Do you have any idea what's going on? We shouldn't use the scarce resources. Yes, we should. That's what the resources are there for, to get the homeless people away from the schools and the parks. First thing. Second thing is get rid of them entirely. All right, now here's a clip about Raman and Bass, about those illegal street vendors that ruin legal businesses.
Shouldn't LA County require street vendors to meet the same health and safety standards as brick and mortar restaurants?
Great. So I really, really value our restaurant community. I love going out to eat. My family loves going out to eat. The food of Los Angeles is incredibly important. Street vendors in Los Angeles are a vibrant part of our community as well. And if regulated appropriately with health and safety standards, if we can go out there and make sure that vendors are operating safely, clean.
Stop. But they're not. They're not. And they don't pay any of the permit fees. They don't pay the taxes. They don't pay for the system. Legal restaurants have to pay all kinds of fees and taxes to the city, and it funds the system to make sure that they're serving clean food. The vendors are not held to any standard, and they're not paying for anything. Is she stupid? Raman is really stupid. She got into MIT. That must have been DEI day, huh? Wow. She sounds like an MIT graduate. Oh, I want to go back to that one, but we got to take a break. Deborah Mark is live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Here is the latest. Some homeowners rebuilding in the Palisades say that thieves are hitting construction sites. And California is moving ahead with new wildfire rules. We'll have more at the top of the hour, heading over to the 101 next.
Infinity Bank, when it comes to banking, are all of your eggs in one basket? What happens when your card doesn't work and you have to look at the back of the card to find the 800 number, or your wallet's stolen? Who's going to be that reliable source when you need money, new cards, or assurance that your money is safe? Well, you won't have to worry about that with Infinity Bank. You call Victor Guerrero, the president. Set up a new account today. He did for me. Call 657-223-1000. 657-223-1000. And for a limited time, don't miss out on one of the best rates in the country with their money market savings account. Infinity Bank.
From your Toyota dealer's traffic center, we make it easy. Crash on the 101 in Hollywood.
That's the Hollywood Freeway, southbound side of the 101 at Sunset Boulevard. A 3-vehicle collision is clearing from the slow lane. South 101, though, bumper to bumper from Hollywood Boulevard down to the East LA interchange. 101 Ventura Freeway heading westbound right at White Oak. As you head through Encino, it's a stalled vehicle blocking the middle lane. That's causing a backup to Laurel Canyon. Good news out of South OC, 5 northbound before Oso Parkway. An earlier Big Rig fire cleared from the 3 right lanes. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
Every day, Californians work hard to build a better future. They deserve leaders who work just as hard for them, not for special interests. In the Assembly, Juan Carrillo is delivering solutions for the high desert, building more affordable housing, investing in good-paying jobs, and lowering costs for hardworking families. Because California deserves problem solvers who deliver real solutions on the issues that matter most. Paid for by Grow California.
This is NFL quarterback Rodney Peete, and here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Lowe's.
Geno Smith will start at quarterback for the Jets on Friday night in Pittsburgh, according to the New York Post. Lions head coach Dan Campbell said today tight end Sam Laporta's status for Week 1 is uncertain due to a hip injury sustained during a recent practice. Multiple players tossed out of a Giants-Dolphins joint practice today in Florida due to throwing punches. And James Harden's heading back to Cleveland on a 3-year, $97 million deal, according to ESPN. I'm Bill Rent.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list written on a sticky note or saved on a photo? Perfect. Bring it in and get a quote in minutes. Plus, access thousands of products beyond what's in store or on Lowe's.com. Right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. This report is sponsored by California Department of Boating and Waterways.
Whether you're on the lake, on the river, or on the bay, when you hop on board for a day on the water, make sure everyone's on board with wearing a life jacket. Life jackets save lives. Get on board. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Chris Merrill here. What if you could replace your entire home's incoming water pipe system in just one day and save thousands? At Creative Repipe, that is exactly what they do. They're not your typical plumber. They're a specialty company. Repiping is all they do every day. Built for volume. They send large professional crews. So your repipe gets done fast and correctly. Most homes are done in just one day. And here's what homeowners love. Because they repipe at scale, their pricing is far lower than the typical $25,000 plumber bid. Creative Repipe's full home incoming water repipe costs only $6,000 to $14,000. That's thousands saved. No more low pressure, leaks, or patchwork repairs. And right now, KFI listeners get 20% off plus great financing. And every repipe comes with a lifetime warranty. If it ever leaks again, they fix it for free for life. KFI listeners get 20% off. Call for your free estimate at 888-373-0046. 888-373-0046 or visit creativerepipe.com.
Want up to $25,000 in free silver? When you make a qualifying purchase through Golden Crest Metals, you can receive up to $25,000 in real silver added to your account. Call 888-447-7857 now for your free information kit. That's 888-447-7857. Again, call 888-447-7857. Not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk. Free silver offer is a 10% bonus in silver on qualifying purchases of premium mintage coins. $10,000 minimum purchase required. Bonus silver capped at $25,000 and credited to customer account. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hear that? That's Alka-Seltzer, the sound of fast heartburn relief. Because when heartburn hits, you want something that works fast. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer effervescent tablets start neutralizing stomach acid in seconds, so nothing works faster for heartburn relief. Next time, when that burning feeling comes on strong, don't wait. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Try Alka-Seltzer. Use as directed.
Morongo's giving away a Mustang GT Fastback. Finally, it's sleek, powerful, and turns heads. We already have so much in common. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Walker Hayes is bringing that country stuff to Morongo on the 22nd. Buy tickets now.
Number 4.
Bingo. Play in our $47,000 Labor Day special. 30 games paying $1,199. September 5th, 6 p.m.
3.
Book your tee time for Morongo Golf Club at Tupet Canyon. 2 spectacular courses, the champions and the legends.
And the number 2.
Morongo's Travel Center gas prices are the lowest around.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times.
The countdown to the NFL season is on, and Fox Sports Radio is where you join the conversation with the Dan Patrick Show.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
You have to strike when the iron is hot in the NFL.
And more. Download the iHeartRadio app, search NFL, and listen now.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. It's the John Kobylt Show. And we're on from 3 to 6. Who we having on at 4? I lost my sheets here.
Royal Oaks.
Royal Oaks, that's right. There's 2 Trump cases coming up at the Supreme Court. There seems to be a couple every week. And one is about Trump has an executive order for Homeland Security to compile a national citizenship list, send it to the states, and then states have to build and share eligible voter lists. And then that stupid ballroom story doesn't go away. The Supreme Court might step in because a lower court has stopped the construction. Oh my God. All right, Royal Oaks coming up. We were in the middle of playing Ramen and Bass yelling at each other last night. Man, they were squealing. We're in the middle of illegal street vendors. Illegal street vendors, okay? Who don't pay any taxes, don't pay any permit fees, don't have to abide by any health codes. This is actually a debate. Let's pick it up.
And with a license, the city has a licensing program that makes sure that vendors are not blocking sidewalks, that they're not in high fire risk areas. I believe the two can coexist in LA and actually make this city better. Different people go to different places to eat. The market is segmented by customers. People want to go out and eat.
Her question is that they're not being regulated.
They're not.
No, there is regulation. We need to do that regulation appropriately. And I think that gets to the question of departmental efficacy. The mayor manages departments. I'm running because I want to make sure our departments are doing their jobs. The mayor is the CEO of the city, and the city needs to function for everyone, including for vendors and for restaurants.
There's actually no one out there regulating them.
I'm happy to answer that.
Yeah.
I do not think that you should have a food vendor in front of a restaurant, period.
Well, they're all over the place.
I also think that we can do better by our street vendors, and I know that there is a pilot program right now. I would like to see street vendors move into brick and mortar facilities so they can be restaurants. I would like to see them.
Wait, stop. But it doesn't work that way. They don't have any money. It costs a lot of money to move into a brick and mortar restaurant. I would like to see them. Yes. Everybody would like to see them, and they should have to pay the taxes. And they should have to pay the rent or the mortgage, but they don't. They just show up illegally coming over the border, and they set up, some kind of taco stand, and you don't know where that meat's been. You don't know how it's being refrigerated. You don't know what kind of hygiene procedures they have. That's why you don't just let anybody set up a restaurant on the sidewalk. They're not even supposed to be in the country, and they get to set up a business, and then the guy who came here legally, who pays the taxes, pays the permits, pays the rent, pays the mortgage, pays for the equipment, and he's undercut. Oh, the prices are much cheaper. Well, of course they're much cheaper. Because the guy with the cart, all he has to pay for is the food ingredients. And they don't enforce the law. And there's nobody going around putting these vendors out of business. And they should be out of business. If you can't afford to set up the business, you don't get a business. Too bad. Go back to your native country, come here legally, and get some financing. Save some money. It's not easy. It's real hard. But all the people who have restaurants have done it. All right, let's play. Let's see. This is what is this about? Casa Vega? That's in Sherman Oaks, right? About how Bass had to help the owner with permit problems and some dispute over string lights on Ventura Boulevard. Let's see what this is.
Christy Vega of Casa Vega contacted your office several times regarding permits needed to open her new restaurant patio. After being unable to get the issue resolved, she reached out to Mayor Bass, whose office was able to help get the matter cleared immediately.
I would also request that we ask some other business owners whether I've been a good partner to them, because I have. Ventura Place businesses where we installed string lights. I just think that, we have been a good partner to businesses
wait,
here.
Stop. We hung up a string of lights? There's constituent services. Well, you like Christmas lights, right? Yeah, I hang up string lights every year, too. Wow. Play some more.
That, we have been a good partner to businesses here. We've been a strong partner to businesses here. We've addressed homelessness along Ventura Boulevard. We've shown up for our business community, not just in Sherman Oaks, but across the entire district. And we've really, really made a big effort to make sure that businesses who are dealing with bureaucracy that they did not deserve actually got the responses that they need from this city. And that urgency is felt by every single staff member in my office.
Do you want a rebuttal?
Yeah, let me just say that for the last 4 years, let me reintroduce myself. I'm your mayor, but I've also been your council member. You called on me 4 years ago, and you asked me to come here and to help you because your council member was unresponsive.
She's talking to the crowd.
I called you, Councilwoman, and I told you that your constituents were calling on me to come out here. You said go right ahead because you didn't particularly want to deal with them. And for the last 4 years, I have been serving. When you have called on me, there are many people here who have my cell phone. You have called on me when there were problems with your businesses. You have called on me to clear the Sepulveda Basin. You have called on me when there were encampments. You have called on me any number of times because you were not able to get a response from the councilwoman. You said that no one answers her phones. You said that no one calls back. Listen, I'm just telling you what your constituents have said to me.
From everything I've monitored over the years, Bass is telling the truth. Raman has one of the worst records in responding when constituents call for help. Does not respond to phone calls, emails, in-person requests, nothing. The staff is cold, arrogant, and dismissive. I have heard and read that many, many times. You go online, and there's plenty of testimony to that. All right, when we come back, Royal Oaks on 2 Supreme Court cases involving Trump. Deborah Mark, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.
Palisades crooks. I'm Deborah Mark, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Some homeowners rebuilding in the Pacific Palisades say that thieves are hitting construction sites and they're being told to hire private security to stop it.
Morgan Goldberg says her WhatsApp chain of fellow Pacific Palisades residents has been lighting up with homeowners talking about the thefts.
We brought it to our lead officer, and we're basically told, hire somebody.
As in private security, which she priced out at $900 a month per house, which everyone in the neighborhood would have to agree to.
And there's a lot of people who can't afford that. That's a huge sum to tack onto your monthly expenses.
She says police patrols in the area have actually been cut.
We don't have any support, and it's horrifying.
The LAPD hasn't responded to a request for comment. Jason Nathanson, KFI News.
The attorney for Palisades fire suspect Jonathan Rinderknecht says his retrial is likely to be a repeat of the first one.
A judge declared a mistrial after Rinderknecht's first jury deadlocked 10-2 in favor of acquittal. Wednesday, he pleaded not guilty to new and narrower charges focusing on the Lockman fire and not the huge Palisades fire it grew into. His attorney, Steve Haney, says he doesn't see a different outcome.
I think they're, trying to change the playing field to find some pathway to a conviction by focusing on the January 1st fire and not trying to spend so much time bridging the two fires that the jury seemed to have a real hard time with conceptually last trial.
His new trial starts November 2nd. Mark Rohner, KFI News.
California's new wildfire protections could mean major changes and new expenses for homeowners in the state's most fire-prone communities. The new Zone 0 rules require about 2 million properties to clear combustible materials from the first 5 feet around homes, with no plants allowed within at least the first foot. State officials say that space can stop wind-blown embers from igniting a house. But this homeowner told KTLA he's worried landscaping, fencing, and other required changes could cost a lot of money.
If we already have the fences already completely built and up, so they're telling us that we have to literally take it all down and repay it back up. Are they going to help pay for that?
A California Board of Forestry spokesman says existing homeowners will have up to 5 years to comply. Pasadena could be the next city to ban flock cameras.
The group Pasadena Privacy says it's gathered thousands of signatures to push the city to cancel its contract with Flock, which is up for renewal next month. The group says the automated license plate reader cameras infringe on Fourth Amendment rights. The cameras and their solar panels have spread across the country in the last decade, but people speaking out against them is also spreading. There's been reports of abusing the system, including police officers using the cameras to stalk ex-partners. The LAPD paused its agreement with Flock recently over reports of sharing license plate data with federal officials. Michael Crozier, KFI News.
Walmart is applying for drone deliveries in Oceanside.
Walmart has already launched drone deliveries in Florida, Georgia, Texas, North Carolina, and Arkansas, but the Oceanside deliveries will be the first in California. The drones can cover a 6-mile radius, and Walmart's asking to install 12 launch pads in the parking lot of a store on Marin Road in Oceanside. The city and Walmart are meeting next week to go over FAA requirements and first responder considerations ahead of a possible launch next year. Jack Cronin, KFI News.
A Chinese startup has successfully landed the booster of a rocket that sent a satellite into orbit. Landspace says its Ju-3 launched, then returned its first stage to a landing site in northwest China. It's the first time a private Chinese company has pulled off that kind of recovery, a key step toward cheaper reusable launches and competing with SpaceX. Southland weather from KFI. We have a slight chance of showers tonight. Then we have low clouds and fog back in the morning tomorrow. Then sunny, highs 80s to low 90s. Metro LA, 90s to the triple digits in the valleys, the high desert and the IE. Windy again in the high desert and the IE, around 80 at the beaches, low to upper 80s inland OC. Right now, 85 in Tustin, 72 Laguna Beach, 97 in Chatsworth. It's 93 in Van Nuys. The KFI financial update brought to you by Supershore. Supershore.com, one super agency, one powerful platform. All your business insurance in one place. The Dow closed down 704, S&P 500 down 67, and NASDAQ down 264. Crash on the 605 in Downey.
It's on the northbound side of the 605, just before the 5 Santa Ana freeway. It's a 2 big rig crash, both semis over on the right-hand shoulder. North 605, bumper to bumper from Rosecrans Avenue up to Whittier Boulevard. On to downtown LA, 110 north, make that the 101 northbound, the Hollywood freeway before 4th Street. A wooden desk, of all things, fell into the 2 right-hand lanes of the roadway. North 101, you're slow from the East LA interchange up to the 4 level. And then up ahead, more delays to cope with on the North 101 between Melrose and Lankershim Boulevard. Heading the other direction on the Hollywood Freeway, 101 southbound at Sunset Boulevard, a 3-vehicle collision is clearing from the slow lane. And the South 101, that's a tough ride as well from Hollywood Boulevard to the East LA interchange. Good news out of South Orange County, 5 northbound before Oso Parkway. An earlier Big Rig fire cleared from the 3 right-hand lanes, but you're backed up to the 73 toll road. In the Brea Canyon, 60 eastbound before Diamond Bar Boulevard, a hit-and-run situation should be over on the right shoulder. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
This is John Kobylt, and I don't do things halfway. That's why I'm hosting a cruise aboard Oceania's brand new Allura, October 2027, sailing from Rome to Athens with stops in Italy, Malta, Tunisia, and the Greek islands. No water slides, no amusement park atmosphere, just an adults-focused cruise featuring beautiful veranda accommodations, extraordinary destinations, and what Oceania calls the world's finest cuisine at sea. A limited number of guests can join me for an exclusive VIP experience and dinners. Call the travel store at 800-777-6540 or visit johnkobeltcruise.com.
You've thought about moving some of your IRA into gold. Most people have. Here's what stops them. They think it's complicated. It's not. Golden Crest Metals moves existing IRA and 401k money into physical gold and silver every day, tax and penalty free. Featured on Fox Business and CNBC. Plus, receive up to $25,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. Call 888-447-7857. That's 888-447-7857. Not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk. Free silver offer is a 10% bonus in silver on qualifying purchases of premium mintage coins. $10,000 minimum purchase required. Bonus silver capped at $25,000 and credited to customer account. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorney.
Sweet James Accident Attorneys. Office in Los Angeles, California, and sweetjames.com.
Have you been avoiding shorts or swimsuits because of painful varicose or embarrassing spider veins? Is that how you want to live? West Medical can help. Treatments may be covered by most PPO insurance plans, including Anthem Blue Cross, Aetna, Cigna, United Healthcare, and more. Don't ignore leg pain, swelling, or bulging veins. Call 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL for your free consultation or visit westmedical.com today. Isn't it time to feel incredible?
Feel incredible. 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
Want more than just awareness for your business? An iHeartMedia partnership can help drive action through sweepstakes, ticket giveaways, listener contesting, and local media. Attach your business to music moments built to grow awareness, engagement, and leads. Get started today. Call 844-844-iHeart.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Can't find AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. The John Kobylt Show. We're on from 3 until 6 every day. And if you miss anything, we have a podcast, John Kobylt Show on Demand on the iHeart app. We released that shortly after 6 o'clock. We went through a lot of the Raman Bass debate last night. We got more clips to play later in the show. But now there's a couple of Supreme Court cases involving Trump. And one of them definitely has an effect here in California. The other one is one of these ridiculous circus sideshows. We'll start with the first. The justices have been looking at whether, because Trump wants to move forward with an executive order that orders the DHS to compile a national citizenship list, send it to the states, and then it would end up regulating mail-in ballots. Let's talk to Royal Oaks ABC News legal analyst to see exactly what the fault line is in the case and how it's likely to be resolved. Royal, how are you?
Doing great, John. I don't know if Supreme Court's doing so well, though, because you're right. They've got 2 big cases on their docket right now. And as you know, they go on vacation every July 1 for 3 months. And so now they're having to work. I understand they even sign yearbooks, things like have a bitchin' summer clearance. So you know they're not going to be happy about having to work. But on the first case you mentioned, both of the lower courts have ruled against Donald Trump. He came out with an executive order just a month ago saying, hey, as you say, let's have a national citizenship list, give it to the states, and work with the post office to regulate ballots by mail. Well, after losing twice in the lower courts, the U.S. Supreme Court said, okay, we'll take it up. But the catch, John, is, as you know, early voting starts as soon as about a month from now for the midterms. So it's kind of unlikely the Supreme Court is really going to sink their teeth into it and make a substantive ruling. But you never know. They may say, hey, Donald Trump was on the right track and had the right to do this.
What is the argument from these courts that have put a halt on this? It's compiling a national citizenship list, sending it to the states, and then they have to share it with the Postal Service and regulate the ballots. Like, exactly where is the legal issue?
Well, 23 states controlled by Democrats and D.C. filed the suit, and their argument is the president doesn't run elections. The Congress regulates federal elections. The states administer local and state elections, and therefore President Trump doesn't have a right to do this. But it's very possible that the conservative majority on the Supreme Court would say, "No, wait a minute. It's important for the nation just overall to make sure there's no fraud. A national citizenship list. There's nothing wrong with that. Why not work with the post office to make sure that only citizens who are legally registered are able to vote?"
All right. So the fight's not about the concept. The fight is whether Trump, through an executive order, can implement it, or the proper path constitutionally is going through Congress, or it's a state issue.
Exactly right.
I see.
But I mean, the problem is the election's 75 days away, and so the Supreme Court would have to act very quickly, and they're probably scattered all over the world on vacation. So they may not be able to get to this in the next few weeks.
All right, on to the ballroom construction. I can't believe the legs on this. Lower court ruling stopping above ground construction, and it's supposed to take effect Saturday unless the Supreme Court intervenes. And I guess it's the same thing whether Trump has the authority to demolish and rebuild parts of the White House without Congress, although he's already demolished that part of the White House.
Right.
What is that? I mean, is that the whole thing? Is like he doesn't have the right to do this?
You're absolutely right. It's the same issue as on the other case. And of course, this relates to the suit filed back in December by the National Trust. And they said, hey, the president, he lives there, but he doesn't own the White House. He can't just do whatever he wants. And again, both lower courts, trial and appeals court, ruled against Trump, but the Supreme Court took it up. And as you say, on Saturday, that's when the lower court rule would kick in if the Supreme Court does nothing. And by kick in, I mean, John, it's 2/3 done. This fancy ballroom is 2/3 up. I mean, is Elena Kagan going to get in one of those little booths and run the wrecking ball and knock down what they already have put up? I think that practical reality is something in Trump's favor. I mean, everybody agrees that it's okay for him to do the below ground stuff, the bunker with the drone proof, bomb proof stuff. It's the above ground fancy ballroom.
All right,
that is the real subject.
All right. He claims, I don't know if it's true, but he claims it was private money. Is there something explicit in the Constitution that says the president has to run this by Congress when he's using privately donated money?
No, of course, it's silent on that issue. And what the Democrats are saying is, well, it doesn't really matter. It's nice that he's only using private money, but that doesn't give him a right. The statutes are very clear that the president can't do this without Congress going along. The president can't just knock down any federal building he wants. So that's the argument they've got going for him. But again, is the Supreme Court really want? Do they want a crane to remain there in a half-built building for the next 2 or 3 years while the whole thing is hashed out until a trial? We're at the injunction phase now. So I think Trump probably has the edge on this.
Well, I mean, that's a good strategy. You do it, get it 2/3 built. And even if you didn't have the right to do it, hey,
right.
Yeah, what are you going to do now? All right. Hey, well, thank you very much, Royal.
You bet. Thanks.
Royal Oaks, ABC News. Ballroom. I'm so sick of ballroom stories. So sick of swimming pool stories. In the reflecting pool. God, you know how many things that are really, really important and they don't get discussed and they don't get debated and they don't have reporters investigating it. But we got plenty of stuff on a reflecting pool and a ballroom. All right. When we come back, Eric Swalwell stopped at a California airport. Why is this? And was he deported? Which is, I think, what should happen. We'll tell you about it. Deborah Mark is live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Here is the latest. Well, speaking of Swalwell, Democratic State Senator Aisha Wahab is heading to Congress after winning his seat in a special election. And Philadelphia police are looking for a guy with ties to the LA area who's accused of terrorizing people while wearing a creepy baby doll mask. We'll have more at the bottom of the hour. We're going to go to the 405 next.
Terrorizing people with a baby doll mask.
Yes.
God. Summer is winding down. There's still time for one more home upgrade, though. And for the month of August here, American Vision Windows wants to help you finish your home projects before fall arrives. Pick any two of their most popular offers. Listen close. Free expert installation, free sound package, free upgrade to Sun Matrix, or they pay your tax, or no interest, no payments for 18 months. Pick two of those, and you'll get stunning energy-efficient windows that'll make you more comfortable in your home, make your home outside look much more appealing, and lower your energy bills year after year. With over 1 million windows installed, American Vision Windows has earned the trust of homeowners across California. AmericanVisionWindows.com. New customers only. Restrictions apply. Call or see the website for details. Offer ends on August 31st. Call 888-771-2188. 888-771-2188.
From your Toyota dealer's traffic center, we make it easy. Stall on the 405 in Westwood.
It would be on the southbound side of the 405 before Wilshire Boulevard, a broken down vehicle clearing from the center divider area. South 405 stop and go from Sunset Boulevard all the way into Long Beach. Near Dodger Stadium, 5 southbound just before the 110, you have another disabled vehicle. This one's tying up the middle lanes of the roadway. 5 southbound, a slow ride as well between Alameda and Burbank and the East LA interchange. 110 northbound before Redondo Beach Boulevard, a 2-vehicle collision clearing off the right-hand shoulder. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
This is Sarah Spain with the latest from iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com.
11-time All-Star and WNBA champion Nneka Ogwumike is retiring after this season with the LA Sparks. The number 1 overall pick in the 2012 WNBA draft, her career includes winning 2012 Rookie of the Year, 2016 WNBA MVP, WNBA champ in 2016, and several terms as WNBPA president. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcast.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
This report is sponsored by Paint Care. Households and businesses can recycle leftover paint at more than 800 drop-off sites in California. Quantities of 100 plus gallons of paint may qualify for a large volume pickup. Learn more at paintcare.org.
Infinity Bank. Most banks give you a call center. Infinity Bank gives you the president, Victor Guerrero. You can speak directly to him. I did, and I opened an account with Victor. Call 657-223-1000 or go to infinity.bank.
Join me, your buddy Conway, and Travel Store for a luxury Caribbean cruise in February of 2027 aboard Oceana Cruises. All you got to do is make a $200 deposit between now and August 31st. 800-777-6540, ConwayCruise.com.
Visit LearCapital.com for your free gold investment kit. That's LearCapital.com.
If you've been listening to Bill Handel, you've probably heard him talk about Zellman's for years. So here's my question. What's been stopping you from trying it? If it's because you thought we were just another mint, we're not. And because you've heard about us from Bill for so long, I've created a special offer for new customers. Go to Zellmans.com, ZELMINS.com. Use code SAVE for 20% off your first order. ZELMINS.com. Use code SAVE for 20% off your first order. Zellmans.com.
You don't pay for iHeartRadio. Our advertisers do. That's why it's always been and always will be 100% free. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
Enjoy extra savings with red hot deals at Vaughn's and Albertsons. This week, baby back pork ribs are $2.99 per pound with membership where applicable. Limit 3 racks. Plus, this week, get a 3-pound bag of mandarins for $3.99 with digital coupon on Vaughn'sOrAlbertsons.com.
Thinking about upgrading your sleep?
Now is the time to shop Sleep Number. Trusted by millions for nearly 40 years, Sleep Number offers superior comfort, personalized adjustability, temperature benefits, and value that is unmatched in the industry. And right now, during the Sleep Number Labor Day sale, all mattresses are on sale. Invest in your sleep and experience firsthand Sleep Number's personalized comfort. Stop by a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com to learn more.
I am looking at this dish that I'm going to taste right now. It's sexy as hell, for one. It screams rustic, delicious. Yeah. The minute you see it, you say, not only is that beautiful, but I want that in my pie hole right now.
The Fork Report with Neil Saavedra. Saturday afternoon at 2 on KFI. And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
Touchdown! The countdown to the new NFL season is on.
And now, all 32 in-market local teams can be heard on the free iHeartRadio app.
He's in! That's a jet touchdown! Just open the app and search your favorite team.
Plus, Fox Sports Radio breaks it all down.
As we get closer to week 1. It's crazy, and it's fun.
Join the conversation and stay locked in.
Makes the catch!
Live, local games with you all season long.
Download the iHeartRadio app.
Search NFL and press play.
KFI, AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. The John Kobylt Show. We're on every day from 3 until 6. Moist line is 877-MOIST-86, 877-MOIST-86 with the talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. And we have been telling you all week we're going on a cruise. You and I are going in October of 2027. Italy to Greece, Rome to Athens, all these beautiful Greek islands, Malta, Tunisia, and Italian port cities in between. October of 2027. You go to johnkobeltcruise.com and get started and book your room. That is johnkobeltcruise.com. Eric Swalwell got off an airplane in San Francisco, and the FBI was waiting for him. And I was hoping this would end with him being dragged off and maybe sent to a foreign country. One of those countries you've never heard of, but that's where we're sending the illegal aliens whose homeland will not accept them back. Eswatini. Yes, that's the name of the place in Africa. That's where Swalwell ought to be sent and put in a maximum security prison. So anyway, the FBI agent seized all his electronic devices. Can you imagine what's on those? I don't know if you want to be going through Swalwell's laptop for a living, huh? Imagine that's your job. You bring it back to the FBI office. It's like, well, you look at it. No, you look at it. I wouldn't want to touch it. So he was held for a short time at San Francisco airport. And you know his story. He could have been the governor easily. We came this close. But the never-ending parade of clowns that come out of the Democratic Party that Democratic voters vote for. Like Newsom wasn't bad enough. Next in line was Swalwell. And now we have Becerra, who's not even campaigning because that smug, arrogant jackal doesn't think he has to explain because no matter what's going on, he's going to win anyway. So he doesn't have to campaign on anything. He doesn't have to promise anything, fix anything. All he said is he doesn't have any problem with anything Newsom's done. So he's going to continue all the Newsom policies. Anyway, they took his computer and I guess his phone, whatever else he has, and they searched his home on Sunday. It was Saturday at the airport, Sunday his house, and they're using civil rights law as the reason to investigate his conduct as a member of Congress. There's separate investigations here in LA County and in New York as well. Now, the bombshell of all the accusations was Lana Drews. And she had a news conference, if you remember, said she was drugged and raped by Swalwell 2018 in Beverly Hills. Drews said she met Swalwell 3 times. She had a fashion software company thinking about getting into politics. And Swalwell, she says, drugged her glass of wine. And then they stopped by his hotel room to get some paperwork. And then she was incapacitated, and he did all kinds of bad things. She says he raped me, he choked me, and while he was choking me, I lost consciousness, and I thought I died. I did not consent to any sexual activity. Swalwell's attorney, he's got a woman. It's amazing how many women enable these sex monsters. Sarah Azari. And her defense, two adults consenting is not against the law. So she's saying Lana Drews agreed to be raped and choked. Did not say no to being choked so hard she passed out. That's a defense. So Eric Swalwell said, you mind if I choke you till you black out? And she said, yeah, go ahead. I don't know, maybe people do this. Are you aware of any of this?
No, I'm not. It's not my thing.
You read those weird novels. So
yeah, but this is just not my thing.
It's not your thing.
No.
You know anybody who?
No.
Any girlfriend ever bragged about something like this?
No.
Well, me neither. But it must go on.
It must.
Especially if you go out with Eric Swalwell. Another staffer told the Chronicle Swalwell began sending her nude pictures on Snapchat after she was hired by his office. God, I'd forgotten about all this. And then later on, she had drinks with him, blacked out, and woke up naked in Swalwell's bed. And then it happened again later on. Well, you go back a second time, that's on you. I mean, after he's attacked you and drugged you and raped you and choked you, and then he goes a few months later, you want to go out to dinner? All right. Later this hour, by the way, because we didn't get to this. I wanted to do this a couple of days ago. We had so much news. But this is news that's important to me. The new study that's out, they had guys eat 5 burgers a week. And what happened to their cholesterol?
I thought you forgot about that.
No, I didn't
Dumb
forget
story.
about that. It's not a dumb story. It's science. I got the same reaction from my wife at home, by the way. She goes, well, who did the study? The beef industry? You people, you want to reject science? I don't know. Our Deborah Mark is live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
California wants to give water agencies more flexibility in how they draw water from the Sacramento-San Joaquin River Delta. The Delta supplies water to nearly 30 million people in California and 4 million acres of farmland, but its ecosystem is struggling. The proposed plan would let agencies limit pumping to protect river flows or join voluntary agreements that fund conservation and wildlife habitat. Environmental groups warn the plan could further harm the Delta and its fish. Philadelphia police are searching for a man with ties to the LA area who's accused of terrorizing people while wearing a creepy baby doll mask. Police say 22-year-old Zymir Hughes harassed or frightened at least 15 people, including a woman who fell and was hurt while he chased her. Detectives tracked Hughes using surveillance video and believe he may have been trying to scare people for social media content.
If Zymir Hughes was trying to scare people, make them run, who's scared now?
Hughes could be facing charges including terroristic threats and harassment. Democratic State Senator Aisha Wahab is heading to Congress after winning a special election in California's 14th district. The Associated Press projects Wahab defeated fellow Democrat Melissa Hernandez by about 6 points. Wahab will serve out the remaining months of former Congressman Eric Swalwell's term after he resigned in April amid sexual assault allegations, which he denies. The FBI is expanding its investigation into Swalwell.
Multiple reports say the FBI seized Swalwell's devices at San Francisco International Airport on Sunday night. The devices included at least one cell phone. Swalwell's home in Washington, D.C. was also reportedly searched on Sunday. The Bay Area Democrat, once a leading candidate for California governor, resigned from Congress earlier this year amid sexual misconduct allegations. The FBI investigation is linked with those allegations. Daniel Martindale, KFI News.
Rising national debt weighed heavily on the stock market today, which suffered its worst loss in 3 weeks. The Dow lost 1.3%. The U.S. government's debt topped $40 trillion, adding a full $1 trillion in just 4 months.
Either something unravels or we do something about it. And I would really prefer that we do something about it.
The U.S. is subject to a statutory debt limit, which Congress may need to address again by next year. We're going to go to the 710 next.
Looking to sell your home? You call Seller's Advantage, and they're going to make you a cash offer. No need for repairs. They can close in days. They buy with cash, and they might offer you a $10,000 advance to help you move. Go read their reviews online. Call for no obligation offer. 888-321-AS-IS. 888-321-AS-IS. 888-321-2747. SellersAdvantage.com.
Seller's Advantage will buy your home, make it easy so that you don't have to worry. Sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658. Providence Realty DRE number 01915212.
Southland weather from KFI. We do have a slight chance of showers tonight. Low clouds and fog in the morning, then sunny. Highs 80s to low 90s, Metro LA. 90s to the triple digits in the valleys, the high desert and the IE. Windy again in the high desert and the IE. Around 80 at the beaches. Low to upper 80s inland OC. Right now, 81 in San Juan Capistrano, 86 in Stanton. Crash on the 710 in Long Beach.
On the northbound side of the 710 before Long Beach Boulevard, an accident involving a couple of pickup trucks clearing off the right-hand shoulder. Very slow leaving downtown Long Beach right now, starting at Anaheim Street. 110 northbound before Redondo Beach Boulevard, a two-vehicle collision has cleared off the right shoulder. 110 northbound, your stop and go heading to downtown from Torrance Boulevard up to the 5 Golden State Freeway. 91 westbound before Valley View, it's a stalled SUV clearing from the middle lanes, but you have reduced speeds on the west 91 from the 5 to Downey Avenue. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
The kids are headed back to class, but termites, they've been busy all summer, eating, breeding, and damaging your home 24/7. If you haven't had a termite inspection in 3 years or you've seen termite droppings, call Pacific Coast Termite at 800-PACIFIC for a free inspection. And if you need treatment, Pacific Coast Termite uses orange oil and Ultraset, so there's no move out, no tent, no poisonous gas. Termites didn't take the summer off. Call 800-PACIFIC. That's 800-PACIFIC. PacificCoastTermite.com. Some restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Conway here for Cars for Kids. We've donated 2 vehicles to Cars for Kids, and man, was it easy. Cars for Kids has been around for 30 years, and they know what they're doing. I recently saw firsthand one of their summer programs going on right now where they have over 1,400 kids. I saw hundreds of kids in the camp, and they couldn't thank Cars for Kids enough for making this incredible opportunity possible. So when you donate a car, you're helping real kids thrive this summer. CarsForKids.org. 1-877 for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K.
Help your kid excel in math and love it at brilliant.org.
Lose the weight, feel incredible. Just call 1-800-WEST Medical.
If you run a business, you know how hard it is to get your customers' attention. Yet 85% of consumers say radio is the last thing they hear before shopping. Let iHeartRadio help you reach your next customer today at 844-844-iHeart.
In this edition of the Marketers Report, Ro Colinaros, Vice President of Marketing for Omnicom, weighs in on today's splintered media landscape.
The way consumers think and shop and interact with brands is more complex than ever. Brands that can figure out how to move people and how to connect will be the brands that win.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia connects marketers to the audiences, live events, and trusted influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartAdvertising.com.
Want up to $25,000 in free silver? When you make a qualifying purchase through Golden Crest Metals, you can receive up to $25,000 in real silver added to your account. Call 888-447-7857 now for your free information kit. That's 888-447-7857. Again, call 888-447-7857. Not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk. Free silver offer is a 10% bonus in silver on qualifying purchases of premium mintage coins. $10,000 minimum purchase required. Bonus silver capped at $25,000 and credited to customer account. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms.
Tap into happy hour with half-price pizzas and select apps every weekday at Yard House. Find yours at yardhouse.com.
Living on the edge is where you thrive, and Toyota takes you there with Tacoma, Tundra, 4Runner, Land Cruiser, and Sequoia. From crystal blue lakes to open plains, Toyota vehicles are built for the ones who pack courage, not maps, the wild at heart. Because we know it's not the destination that drives you, it's seeking the uncharted that completes you. Wherever your horizon leads, we got you. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places. Toyota makes the vehicles, you make it yours. With Toyota's line of accessories, from lift kits to suspension upgrades, modify your Toyota truck or SUV to suit your off-road dreams. We partner with leading brands like ARB, Rigid, Rhino, and more, so you can customize with confidence. Visit your local dealer for warranty custom work or shop online at toyota.com/accessories. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
This is KFI. It's Conway Show. I have graciously offered to step aside for your Los Angeles Chargers as they take on the dreaded San Francisco 49ers. So I'll be on tomorrow at 6 p.m. back to regular schedule. But tonight, go Bolts and let's destroy these 49ers. Nothing wrong with these Bolts.
KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. It is the John Kobylt Show, every day from 3 to 6. We're live on YouTube. We're live on X. Get there, watch us on video, subscribe, become a member. Live on YouTube, live on X now. We even got a chat room running on YouTube. What? The link. Oh, yes, the link. You can subscribe and become a member at youtube.com/@John Kobylt Show. youtube.com/@John Kobylt Show. This is the ultimate Los Angeles story. This is the state of the city. A water main break sent a torrent of water through a homeless encampment in the Westlake neighborhood, flooding tents and belongings and submerging parked cars. Yes, another water main break, and it wiped out a homeless encampment. 4 a.m. in the morning, 3rd Street and North Occidental Boulevard. You don't want to be looking for properties there these days. And I don't know what it's like. You're just sitting quietly in your tent, and you're lighting your meth pipe. You're injecting your fentanyl. You're laying there all stoned, zombied out, all hyper. You're screaming at the guy in the tent next to you, and suddenly, whoosh! There were people sleeping along the street, and then the water can you imagine drowning in a flash flood? It's why you should live under a roof. Dramatic video from the scene showed water surging down the streets, surrounding tents, furniture, and other belongings. One person could be seen carrying a mattress while cutting through the rushing water. And they have a photo of a guy sleeping on a cot, and there's water rushing underneath the cot. And they don't want to go indoors. This is what should have been debated last night at that stupid debate. The flooding extended throughout the surrounding area, and it took 3 hours till it receded some. And that is the quintessential Los Angeles story now. You gotta just watch the destruction, watch the decay, the destruction. And I guess laugh at it, there's more and more stories coming out about the stupid Hugo Soto Martinez ban on outdoor homeless encampments. Well, on restricting outdoor homeless encampments. Remember the 4118 bill, which they were debating last night. And every Democratic socialist that's on the city council, including the dreadful Nithya Raman, wants to repeal all the 4118 protection zones in front of schools and parks. 4118 says you got to move the homeless encampments 500 feet away from schools, parks, daycare centers, that sort of thing. Hugo Soto Martinez, who's already been reelected, which why isn't there a sociological study on this? Why do people vote for a guy who wants to bring mental patients and drug addicts back to encampments in front of elementary schools and parks? Why does he want to fill the park with these people and the local residents go along with this. They vote for the guy. And then when he brings up this idea to bring the encampments back to Hollywood and Echo Park and Silver Lake, most of the rest of the council agrees. It's like, yeah, go ahead. It's that 10-3 vote I was telling you about. Hollywood, Echo Park, Silver Lake, a dozen locations open once again to public encampments on the sidewalks or in the parks, even if they're in front of schools. It's all DSA. And they have quotes from various people, and everybody's outraged. And what we need to have is we need to have mental health treatment and drug treatment and affordable housing. We're in a circle. We're on a carousel. We're on a carousel in crazy land. They're not sent into mental health treatment or addiction treatment. They don't want to go, and you can't force them. You have to force them. They're doing it in Santa Ana. The Santa Ana mayor is doing it. That's the only way. You're never going to build housing. I want to stop. That phrase is banned, by the way, Deborah. I don't want to hear the phrase affordable housing.
I can't guarantee that I'm going to not say that.
You can't guarantee it.
I can't.
But it's a compulsion.
It crops up in the news sometimes.
Well, tell everybody to get rid of that phrase. That's a nonsense double speak
Who's going to
phrase.
listen to me?
Well, you got a point there. Oh, yeah. You win that round.
Thank you.
Well, your councilman is Bob Blumenfeld, right?
Correct.
Bob Blumenfield, excuse me. He voted in support of the measure, even though he's against it. And that's the sign of a great leader, okay? Bob Blumenfield, congratulations. He's Deborah's councilman. He thinks the ordinance is an effective tool against homelessness. Really? Really banning them from schools and parks is effective. Whoa, Bob, that's pretty bright of you. But he trusted Soto Martinez's discretion to remove them in his own district. What discretion? The whole purpose of this is to get it out of schools and parks. Soto Martinez is going to bring them back to schools and parks. What are you talking about discretion? This is insanity and anarchy is what it is. Ouch! You have to force them. And I sometimes I read the threads on these, various Nextdoor app type sites, and it's like, well, what are you going to do with them? What do you mean, what am I going to do with them? You don't seem to understand. I can't get rid of them. Neither can you. But we elect people to get rid of them. Well, where are they going to put them? Well, they're not going to put him in front of the schools. They're not going to put him in front of or inside parks. All right, you got that? Now, you give them choices to get treatment, or you give them a choice to go to jail or get out of town. That's what you do. There's no secret. Everybody goes, well, what are you going to do with them? There's no secret answer. Most of these people, a big majority of these people, are from out of the state, out of the city. So no. They don't come in here, camp in front of my kid's school, half naked. My son, just the other day, was walking through Santa Monica, and he was walking across a bridge. He looked down, two guys spread out, naked.
Yeah.
Strumming along.
Oh.
Yes.
Together?
Yes. They were in harmony. They were in rhythm.
Oh.
I said, really? He goes, yeah, that's Santa Monica. Guy's trying to take a walk by the beach.
Okay.
Yeah. So they want to stay out in the sunshine. They want to get an even tan.
Because that's important.
Well, no bikini lines.
Yeah.
You'd understand that.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, but if, I have bigger fish to fry, but.
Well, they were frying their fish. Right out in the.
And that was a bad thing for me just to say. I don't fry fish. Anyway. It's a stupid cliche.
Listen to you. Listen, you're such a vegan. You can't even say the phrase
because
frying
it was
fish.
stupid. It was a dumb thing for me to say.
Because it's offensive to fish. It's mean and cruel just to say
it's
that.
Hypocritical of
yes,
me.
because if a fish is listening, they'll think about how horrible it is to be frying in a pan.
My fellow animal activists would think that was a dumb thing for me to say.
And I'm talking about these crazy people in the news. And what do I got? Right in the next room there. All right, now you're asking for it. We come back. Guys eat 5 burgers a week. Their cholesterol goes down. New study. And by the way, it's in a real, it's published in a real journal called Nutrients.
How do you know that's a real journal? Because it says Nutrients?
I get Nutrients. I have a subscription.
Oh, right.
Deborah Mark is live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Here is the latest. Today is the day. Lineage Logistics says it is going to have all that rotten food cleaned out of that burned out Boyle Heights warehouse. And LA Mayor Bass pushing for a quick settlement in the legal fight over the proposed $111 billion Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery merger. We'll have more at the top of the hour. Heading over to the 210 next.
If you're looking to sell your home, no. Infinity Bank. When it comes to banking, are all of your eggs in one basket? What happens when your card doesn't work and you have to look at the back of the card to find the 800 number? What happens if your wallet is stolen? Who's going to be that source, reliable source, when you need money or new cards or assurance that your money is safe? You don't have to worry about that with Infinity Bank. You call Victor Guerrero. He's the president. Set up a new account today. I did with him. Call 657-223-1000. 657-223-1000. For a limited time only, don't miss out on one of the best rates in the country with their money market savings account, Infinity Bank.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo, the only business software you need. Sunny and hot again tomorrow. Highs around 80 to the triple digits. This report brought to you by Amazon Autos. From your Toyota dealer's traffic center, we make it easy. Crash on the 210 in San Bernardino.
Westbound side of the 210 approaching State Street. It's an accident involving a car and a motorcycle. This collision was quickly cleared from lanes, but the West 210, your stop and go from Highway 259 down to Ayala Drive. Eastbound side of the 210, traffic is much slower from Mountain Avenue in Upland down to Citrus Avenue. Central Avenue on-ramp leading to the 215 southbound. That on-ramp is closed because of an earlier vehicle fire. In the South 215, your stop and go from the 10 all the way down to Oleander. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
I went from walking 7 miles a day to not even being able to walk to my bathroom. After I got my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my problem is totally gone.
We have 11 area locations. Find the one closest to you at goodfeet.com.
Picture this. You're on magician duty at your kid's birthday, and it's also car shopping day. Sounds tough, right? Not with Amazon Autos. Shop for your car online, pick it up at the dealership, so you can get back to making magic. Visit Amazon.com/autos.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorney.
Sweet James Accident Attorneys. Office in Los Angeles, California, and sweetjames.com.
Leader, planner, champion of good times. Everyone knows it's what you do. That's why Toyota RAV4, Highlander, Grand Highlander, and Sienna are built for you. The masters of morning rush and midnight check-ins. It's your happy place because Toyota knows people are the destination and life's grand when it's shared. For all the ways you make unforgettable happen, we got you. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Everything you need to find your perfect Toyota is right at your fingertips at Toyota.com. Explore our full lineup of vehicles. Compare features side by side. Search our available inventory. You can even find the best local offers. Everything you need is just a few clicks away on Toyota.com. So for your next Toyota car, truck, or SUV, just visit Toyota.com. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
termites are one of those things we tend to put off. E. coli is here to protect your most expensive investment, your home, your family, and the environment. You might have heard of Sue Freeze, the termite lady. She's the owner of E. coli Termite and Pest Control. Now, they've been protecting Southern California homes for more than 40 years. So if you have a termite problem, that's who you want in your corner. E. coli offers eco-friendly treatments that are tough on termites, but gentle on kids, pets, and anyone who's sensitive to chemicals. And if you're not planning on selling your house, they'll come out and inspect your home for free. And with all the heat we've had over this last month here in Southern California, it's perfect breeding grounds for termites. E. coli has been recognized as one of the top pest control companies in North America by Pest Control Technology magazine. So if you suspect a termite problem, you must act fast. So call E. coli at 1-800-332-BUGS. 1-800-332-2847. 1-800-332-BUGS.
Therapy Thursday with Ellen K is a new podcast. Confessions, impossible dilemmas, and advice that hits home. Catch every episode on the iHeartRadio app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Visit LearCapital.com for your free gold investment kit. That's LearCapital.com.
Ice Cube's Big 3 season has come down to this. The Big 3 Championship is coming to Charlotte. Who will be crowned the Big 3 Season 9 champion? Plus the Big 3 All-Star Game. The biggest names in the game, all on one court, one more time. 2 games of the most physical, competitive, and non-stop 3-on-3 action. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and catch replays Monday on BET. Yay, yay!
I'm not great with words after a fight, and I'm sorry wasn't cutting it this time. So I used Smile Tunes to write a soulful ballad about how she's always right. By the second chorus, the silent treatment was officially over. Visit smiletunes.com and get out of the doghouse today.
Every day, Californians work hard to build a better future. They deserve leaders who work just as hard for them, not for special interests. In the Assembly, Juan Carrillo is delivering solutions for the high desert, building more affordable housing, investing in good-paying jobs, and lowering costs for hardworking families. Because California deserves problem solvers who deliver real solutions on the issues that matter most. Paid for by Grow California.
No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges, no monthly fees. iHeartRadio is different. It's 100% free. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
Bill Handel.
When the government recommends, the reason I'm doing this is because of the connection to autism, which of course there is no connection at all.
Tomorrow morning at 6 on KFI AM 640.
It's not going to bode well. You're going to see, for example, measles, huge increase in the number of measles cases, the vast majority of which the kids were not vaccinated. You can still theoretically get measles after having been vaccinated, but very low chance. If you're not vaccinated, there is an excellent chance you're going to get measles if you're exposed to it.
More stimulating talk.
This is what football sounds like. Straight up the gut for 5 yards and the score. And iHeartRadio is the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network.
Welcome to NFL Daily. We're doing the work to get you up to date.
Just download the free iHeartRadio app and search NFL.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. John Kobylt Show. We're on every day, 3 until 6. You better be here. And coming up after 5 o'clock, we're going to talk to Phil Shuman. Phil was from Fox 11. Phil was the moderator of the Ramen Bass debate in Sherman Oaks yesterday before the Sherman Oaks Homeowners Association. And that's a really bright crew. They banned Spencer Pratt from the first debate during the primaries. And this time they had only 100 people able to watch it on Zoom because they didn't pay for a better account. And then some guy in India pirated the feed, hacked it, and some people here in LA watched it. We got more clips to play because it was, I think catfight is a fair term, right?
That's what I texted Ray.
Yeah. That was a cat fight. It had no, very little information from Bass or Ramen. They just both were snarling at each other, screeching at each other. All right, on to my favorite story of the week.
And I just, go ahead.
What?
I have a rebuttal.
Get it out.
Well, you have to.
All right, let me set it up.
Yeah, you have to set it up.
This is was in the California Post from the journal Nutrients. It's a study. They looked at men's cholesterol and blood vessel health after eating multiple burgers during the week alongside a regular diet. 5 burgers a week for 5 weeks. And they looked at people who ate high-fat ground beef, 25% fat, or low-fat ground beef, 5% fat, and it did not harm the blood vessels. And it may be linked to lower cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
Beef with higher amounts of fat resulted in better blood vessel dilation, supporting proper blood flow and reducing blood pressure. And reduced blood pressure is connected to the high-fat beef had effects on cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, the LDL. Despite an increased intake of saturated fat, the high-fat ground beef lowered the LDL, the bad cholesterol.
Okay, so I went to AI, and AI on Google says eating hamburgers does not lower cholesterol, while a small recent pilot study sparked headlines by suggesting that eating 5 high-fat beef burgers a week did not harm blood vessel function in 23 men. It is a false premise that standard hamburgers reduce cholesterol.
Well, how could they say, first of all, how would AI know? AI is not a person. Why is it a false premise?
You love AI.
I love AI when I agree with it.
Okay, well, I just put this in here, and this is what AI said.
But based on what? They just made a declaration that it's a false premise.
Facts about burgers and cholesterol. Saturated fat content. Regular ground beef and fast food hamburgers are high in saturated fats, which generally raises LDL, the bad cholesterol. The recent study limits the 5-week study on 23 men used controlled lean or high-fat ground beef without typical high-sodium processed components, and researchers stressed it does not mean commercial fast food burgers are heart-healthy and cardiovascular risk. Medical consensus from institutions like the Mayo Clinic connects regular red meat consumption with elevated lipid profiles and increased heart disease risks. So there.
You know how many burgers I eat a week, right?
5?
5 to 7. What kind of a noise was that?
I don't know.
What was that?
5 to 7?
Was
I don't know.
that a snort?
I don't know.
Pre-bacon. What?
I don't know what it was.
I never heard you make that noise before.
I'm sorry.
My LDL calculated cholesterol number is 112. It's near optimal.
Wait, did you just have a blood test?
I had one a year ago. I have it. You want to see? You want to see it?
First of all, why would you even have that with you? Because you've had these debates with so many people. You need to prove it.
Yes, but I had an email from my doctor after my tests last year, and he sent an email.
Your doctor is wacko.
He is not wacko.
Somehow the wherever it was sent out, the clinic screwed up.
No, I always get these readings. I could show you. I have my medical records going back 15 years, 20 years, actually. I can tell you what my LDL was in 2004, if you'd like to know.
I really don't.
Well, I'm just telling you, last year's number was considered near optimal.
Okay.
And in fact,
I think there was a problem with the test.
In fact, hold on.
All the tests.
Hold on a second here. And I'm just going to read the first line from the email he sent to me.
This was a year ago.
This is a year ago.
Lots of things happen in a year. We all know that.
Okay. Your lab report is attached. It's good news. It's good news.
Okay, great. I don't get it.
I got all my readings. You want to see the readings?
No.
Okay, 5 to 7 burgers a week.
Oh, John.
My son eats a lot of burgers, and he looked it up, and he said there are lots of healthy micronutrients and minerals in beef, and that's why it keeps you healthy.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Well, I just told you what AI said.
We'll see who lives longer.
Well, I'm sure you'll live longer than me, but that's another story.
Why's that?
We don't have time. We're up against the break.
Well, then it doesn't matter what I do.
Well, apparently not.
My dad ate meat every day, like twice a day his whole life. Lived to 87. His dad, too, grew up on a farm. On a farm,
well,
that's
then
all
you have
could
good genetics, then it doesn't matter. But for most people, it matters.
I think where I come from in Poland, in the farms, the peasants, farms of Poland, our systems adapted, evolved.
Okay, I get that.
To consume lots of meat.
Then you're a lucky guy.
Deborah Mark we got Phil Shuman up next from Fox 11. He moderated this Ramen Bass debate. And Deborah Mark live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.
Is it going to happen? I'm Deborah Mark, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Today's the day. Lineage Logistics says it is supposed to have all that rotten food out of its burned-out Boyle Heights warehouse. It's unclear if it will make the deadline. Martin Ramirez owns an auto body shop across the street, and he told KFI this morning that he doubts Lineage will be done today. He's lost most of his customers, and he can't get help from Lineage or the city.
So that's a bad situation, man. I'm really, really frustrated. I'm mad because we try to get something, we can get nothing.
LA Mayor Bass says the deadline to have things cleaned up was actually last week, which Lineage disputes. The news is brought to you by Creative Repipe. LA Mayor Bass is pushing for a quick settlement in the legal fight over the proposed $111 billion Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Bass previously opposed the deal unless it protected local jobs, but now says uncertainty surrounding the merger is stalling productions and leaving people out of work. Bass says any settlement must include enforceable commitments to keep jobs, productions, and investments in LA. The Writers Guild West criticized her position, arguing the merger itself could cost thousands of entertainment jobs. LA County is rolling out new maps to make its homeless services easier to navigate. The maps help service providers connect people with housing and other help, with separate guides for adults, families, and young people. County officials say more maps are being developed for veterans, older adults, people with disability, and other groups, and the guides will eventually be available in additional languages. California is moving ahead with new Zone 0 wildlife rules that could reshape yards around about 2 million homes. The rules require homeowners in high-risk fire areas to clear combustible materials from the first 5 feet around their homes, known as Zone 0, with no plants allowed within at least the first foot. Supporters say Zone 0 could help homes survive wildfires. This Altadena homeowner told KTLA can also increase other problems.
My ask is that there's so many funders that want to come in and support Altadena. This is a great way to do it, to supply grants.
Critics say the changes could cost homeowners thousands of dollars. The suspect arrested in connection with the triple murder in Hollywood once ran for Congress.
57-year-old Patrick Kevin Spurlock is accused of shooting 3 men execution style in a Hollywood apartment last month and was arrested last Friday. Spurlock once ran for a congressional seat in Washington state where he served 17 years in prison for another murder. In 2003, he shot a man to death after an argument in Cowlitz County, Washington. In that incident, he also robbed a home and tied 2 people up. Spurlock remains behind bars without bail and is due in court August 31st. Mark Ronner, KFI News.
The FBI says it has stopped an alleged ISIS-inspired plot to bomb the New York State Capitol. Prosecutors say 35-year-old Jessica Bowie pledged allegiance to ISIS, surveyed the Capitol several times, and bought bomb-making materials while unknowingly working with FBI informants. First Assistant U.S. Attorney John Sarkon says Bowie converted to Islam 5 years ago.
As alleged, this defendant was radicalized online and spread messages of hate and violence against the American people.
Bowie is charged with attempting to provide material support to a terrorist organization and faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. We're going to go to the 405 next.
Listen to this. You hear that? Silence. That's my phone. No spam calls, no spam texts. I love the silence. Your phone is probably really noisy, because data brokers are selling your personal information like it's on clearance. Your phone number, home address, email, family members, your political affiliations, even where you bank. The scammers blowing up your phone didn't just get lucky. They bought your information, and they're going to keep buying it over and over until you make it stop. I did with Incogni's help. Incogni, INCOGNI. automatically removes your personal information from hundreds of data brokers and people search sites. Incogni sends the legal removal requests, and then they follow up and keep monitoring so your information stays off those lists. If the scammers can't find you, they can't target you. Get 60% off right now at incogni.com/KFI. That's 60% off now at incogni.com/KFI.
Southwide weather from KFI. We do have a slight chance of showers tonight. Low clouds and fog in the morning, then sunny. Highs 80s to low 90s. Metro LA 90s to the triple digits in the valleys, the high desert, and the IE. Windy again in the high desert and the IE. Around 80 at the beaches. Low to upper 80s inland OC. Right now, 77 in Dana Point, 84 in Anaheim, 91 Diamond Bar. It's 88 in Simi Valley. The KFI Financial Update brought to you by SuperSure. SuperSure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform, all your business insurance in one place. The Dow closed down 704, S&P 500 down 67, and NASDAQ down 264. Crash on the 405, or we're going to go back to that crash on the 405 in West L.A.
Southbound side of the 405 before Wilshire Boulevard, it's an accident involving a car and a motorcycle. Highway Patrol tells us this could be in the carpool lane. In the meantime, South 405 bumper to bumper from Sunset Boulevard in Westwood all the way down to Palo Verde in Long Beach. Heading the other direction on the 405, northbound side approaching Victory Boulevard. A two-vehicle crash is over on the right-hand shoulder. But the north 405 is slow right from Culver Boulevard in Culver City up to Nordhoff. In the San Fernando Valley and Studio City, to be exact, West 101 past Coldwater Canyon Boulevard, a two-vehicle collision quickly cleared off the right-hand shoulder, but the West 101 slow going from the North Hollywood Freeway split to White Oak Avenue. Better news out of Long Beach on the North 710 before Long Beach Boulevard. An accident involving a couple of pickup trucks has cleared off the right shoulder and off the freeway. 710 northbound, though, still a slow ride from Anaheim Street up to Imperial Highway. Near the ravine on the 5 northbound Golden State Freeway before Stadium Way is a two-vehicle accident, but both vehicles over on the right-hand shoulder. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
Here at Habis Law, we've been doing what we do for 40 years.
What we do is make cold-hearted corporations
do the right thing.
Because it's the right thing to do.
I'm Nicholas Habis. A lot has changed in the past 40 years.
But the ideals and philosophies that hold Habis Law together have not changed at all. I'm Omar Habis.
Our core beliefs have only grown stronger.
We believe in really getting to know our clients.
We believe in learning about their families, their hobbies, and their jobs.
Because when you really know a person, it gives you extra strength to fight for them.
Because you think of them as a friend.
They don't teach that in law school.
We believe that lawyers who don't truly know their clients can never be as effective as lawyers that do.
We believe that lawyers who no longer care
can no longer be effective.
These are the beliefs of Habis Law.
Habis Law will never let you down.
That's our family's promise to your family.
Call Habis Law at 1-800-INJURED.
Talk with us and your day will get a whole lot better.
HAWBASLaw.com.
Omar Habis and Nicholas Habis are California licensed attorneys with an office in Los Angeles. Past results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena.
Stream it live on Disney Plus and Hulu. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way to be there.
Some apps say they're free, then come the fees. Not the iHeart app. It's 100% free. No required subscriptions to access the best live radio stations, free playlists, podcasts, and more. Download the free iHeart app today.
iHeartRadio.
KFI AM 640. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk radio. It is the John Kobylt Show. And we're on 3 to 6 every day after 6 o'clock, whatever you miss. John Kobylt Show on demand on the iHeart app. And we're live on YouTube, live on X. Subscribe, become a member, youtube.com/@JohnKobyltShow. We got a chat room on YouTube that runs live as well. And we opened the show with a few clips from the Bass Ramen debate. And the Bass Ramen debate was not available on local television. It was not live streamed to the public. It was pretty much a Zoom call. And the first 100 people who knew how to get on filled up those 100 slots very quickly. It was put on by the Sherman Oaks Homeowners Association, the same group that wouldn't let Spencer Pratt debate against Bass and Ramen back in the primary days. And we got a hold of some of the audio only because somebody in India, probably a Nithya Raman fan, learned how to hack into the Homeowners Association Zoom, whatever they were doing. And we got some audio from it. And it was moderated by Phil Shuman from Fox 11, who's also done some shows here on KFI over the years. Phil, how are you?
John, thanks for having me on. It was also aired live on public radio, NPR.
Public radio. I didn't know that. It's, there wasn't a whole lot of publicity until the last minute that this thing even existed. Well, what was your impression?
Well, I've been listening to you, and you're letting them both have it with both barrels.
Yeah, and they both deserve it. This is a bad choice. What did you get out of their back and forth? Because we played some of the clips, and they were snarling at each other a lot. But
they were. My takeaway was that Bass was much more aggressive than we've ever seen her. Taking the gloves off, calling out Raman for her attendance at city council meetings, her insistence on studying everything to death, her ineffectiveness in her own district, all of which Raman had responses to. But I think if the election were held tomorrow, Bass is clearly going to win, because from my perspective, Raman has not made the case strong enough that she is the change agent, if you will, that she's trying to portray herself as. Now, having said that, obviously no one is thrilled with these choices. 25% of the people voted for your pal Spencer Pratt. But one of these two is going to be mayor, so I was hoping to help people make up their minds.
Well, Bass was really strong in going after Raman, and she was right about a lot of the criticism against Raman. I was surprised Raman wasn't more effective against Bass. I mean, that certainly is a target-rich environment.
It is, and she definitely took her shots. I mean, talking about homelessness, talking about the LAPD, talking about Jim McDonnell, who she essentially said she would get rid of if she could, talking about spending billions on the convention center. I mean, she definitely took her shots, but on the whole, I think if people that were there, people that heard it, that Bass came away as much more aggressive, and the narrative that Bass is creating is that, she's the one who's taking action, and Raman is the one who's been on the city council. She kept saying, "You've been in City Hall twice as long as I have, and what have you done?" And it particularly worked for this Sherman Oaks homeowners audience. Remember, Raman is their council person, and a lot of people there are not real happy with her responsiveness, her availability, her, I guess, stance on homelessness. I know you were talking about 4118. I mean, we had this same debate in the primary. I mean, and Raman, to her credit, defends her position, the same position as Soto Martinez. People just don't understand how you could say no to getting crazed, deranged, dangerous homeless people away from a school. But, you've heard her answer that.
I know. It's just shocking that this has been a long-running debate about homeless encampments in front of a school. I mean, it's Twilight Zone stuff.
Shocking? Look, I'm totally on Team Kobylt here. Maybe the only person more cynical about all this than me is you. I appreciate what you do every day.
Thank you.
And it's banging your head against the wall because, I heard you had Tracy Park on the other day. She was there last night, had a chance to talk with her. She might be our next mayor 4 years from now. Maybe it'll be Monica Rodriguez. And I said, yeah, well, we were talking about Spencer Pratt's idea of, basically rounding people up, right, and building some to-be-defined camp in the Antelope Valley. And I said, a lot of people feel that that's kind of crazy. And Park was like, well, is it? And people are so over this issue. And here's the thing that drives me crazy. I mean, you've been here forever. I've been here forever. We are still debating strategy, structure, who's in charge, what agency is responsible for this, who do I call if this happens? Are you kidding me? I mean, Skid Row. Has any of you people actually been to Skid Row? I mean, people should be in jail for allowing those conditions to continue. And a mile away is a $12 billion deal at crypto for the Lakers. I mean, as you've said, better than anybody. We're living in just like a fantasy land here.
I wonder what these people do all day. And I suspect they're just comfortable running just a big racket. I mean, this whole thing is spending billions of dollars, and there's pockets here and there that are better. But overall, if you go by the overall count, nothing's better. Nothing's changed. It's just a lot of money's been spent, and a lot of it.
A lot of money.
Where the hell did it go? And, the Post is running a series of stories about, well, this guy made $2 million, and this woman's living in Hawaii, and she's got $2 million.
The Post is doing great.
Yeah.
The Post is doing great work.
They are.
Yeah, that's what's so frustrating. And that's what I said to the audience last night. I don't know if you played it or the clips that Bass was saying that she deserves credit for the 49% decrease in homelessness in District 4 that Raman is publicizing, because it was her Inside Safe program that Raman begged for. And Raman is saying, and I said, wait a minute. This is what you two don't understand. People out here in the audience, people in Southern California, they don't believe either of you. They don't think either of you has a plan to get this done.
Yeah.
So you can quibble over whether you got 6,000 people off the street or whether you got 6,009 people off the street. It doesn't matter. We can't walk down the sidewalk without being afraid. And we need comprehensive review. We need a new organization. We need to do the work.
We need task force, blue ribbon commissions, pilot programs. God, I'm so tired. It's been over 10 years of this.
But I don't see any. Look, either one of them. I think I genuinely believe in Calm and Naive. I know I'm cynical about a lot of this stuff, but I do believe that they have good intentions. They want to make progress.
You do?
I think they genuinely want to make progress, but I think that they're not willing to concede that the problem is just too big. It's too big to solve by government. And I know there's public-private partnerships and so forth. I hate to say this, but I'm worried that this problem is not solvable in our lifetime without drastic action, which is why Pratt got so much traction and such a high percentage of the vote.
All right, Phil, thanks very much for coming on. We are going to play more clips that we hadn't gotten to yet.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Phil Shuman, Fox
later.
11. He was the moderator for the Bass Raman debate last night in Sherman Oaks, and we'll play you some of the clips when we return. We got to play the first one again, which is my favorite so far, where Bass went after Raman over how the thousands of council votes she's missed. That's all I had. Deborah Mark is live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Here's the latest. Authorities removed 2 possible explosive devices found inside a home in Manhattan Beach. And Lineage Logistics says that it expects to finish cleaning up its burned-out cold storage warehouse in Boyle Heights today. We will have more at the bottom of the hour, going to the 5 next.
Seller's advantage. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming. You got the repairs. You got the time it takes to get everything ready to sell. It can feel like more trouble than it's worth. That's where Seller's Advantage comes in. Here's a real customer. He said, we had an inheritance from a relative, and it would have taken a lot of time, money, and headaches to get the property in shape to sell. I heard about Seller's Advantage from radio commercials, gave them a try. The offer was reasonable. We accepted it, and they took care of all the physical effort and the legal complexities. We closed within 3 weeks. No matter what your reason for selling, you call Seller's Advantage, 888-321-AS-IS, 888-321-AS-IS, 888-321-2747, sellersadvantage.com. You're free, no obligation, cash offer.
Seller's Advantage will buy your home, make it easy so that you don't have to worry. Sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 0196-1658, Providence Realty DRE number 0191-5212.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo, the only business software you need. Sunny and hot tomorrow, highs 80s to the triple digits. This report brought to you by rockauto.com. From your Toyota dealer's traffic center, we make it easy. Crash on the 5 in Commerce.
It's on a connector road. The 5 southbound transition to the 710 southbound is blocked with an earlier accident. The 5 southbound Santa Ana Freeway, slow going from the East LA interchange down to Lakewood Rosemead. On to the 10 eastbound before Fairplex Drive in Pomona. It's an accident involving a big rig and an electric vehicle. Both vehicles over on the right shoulder. You're slow leaving the Covinas on the east end from Villa Verde to Town Avenue. Pasadena, 210 eastbound at Lake Avenue, a vehicle that ran out of gas. Well, that vehicle's in the left lane. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
Oh, that grinding and squealing. What are you going to do about that?
Time for new brakes.
The chain store never has what I need.
No worries. Go to rockauto.com for name brands at lower prices.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
This report is sponsored by Paint Care. Households and businesses can recycle leftover paint at more than 800 drop-off sites in California. Quantities of 100-plus gallons of paint may qualify for a large volume pickup. Learn more at paintcare.org.
Visit LearCapital.com for your free gold investment kit. That's LearCapital.com.
Thinking about upgrading your sleep? Now is the time to shop Sleep Number. Trusted by millions for nearly 40 years, Sleep Number offers superior comfort, personalized adjustability, temperature benefits, and value that is unmatched in the industry. And right now, during the Sleep Number Labor Day sale, all mattresses are on sale. Invest in your sleep and experience firsthand Sleep Number's personalized comfort. Stop by a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com to learn more.
Tap into happy hour with half-price pizzas and select apps every weekday at Yard House. Find yours at yardhouse.com.
Ice Cube's Big 3 season has come down to this. The Big 3 Championship is coming to Charlotte. Who will be crowned the Big 3 Season 9 champion? Plus the Big 3 All-Star Game. The biggest names in the game, all on one court, one more time. 2 games of the most physical, competitive, and nonstop 3-on-3 action. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and catch replays Monday on BET. Yay!
Avoiding shorts because of your varicose veins? Just call 1-800-WEST Medical.
Help your kid excel in math and love it at brilliant.org.
Morongo's giving away a Mustang GT Fastback. It's sleek and turns heads. We already have so much in common. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Walker Hayes is bringing that country stuff to Morongo on the 22nd.
Number 2.
Morongo's Travel Center gas prices are the lowest around.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback, the 31st.
Morongo, good times.
I'm not great with words after a fight, and I'm sorry wasn't cutting it this time. So I used Smile Tunes to write a soulful ballad about how she's always right. By the second chorus, the silent treatment was officially over. Visit smiletunes.com and get out of the doghouse today.
Gary and Shannon. Luigi spoke in court and said, I shot Mr. Thompson and he died. I knew what I was doing was illegal. So his sentencing in the federal case is going to be set for, I believe it's mid-December.
Tomorrow morning at 9 on KFI AM 640.
And the amount of people who love this guy and that show up in support with signs and everything. The healthcare industry has screwed over each and every family at some point in the United States.
More stimulating talk.
Last place in your fantasy league isn't just about losing. It's the group chat jokes, the punishment, a full year of hearing about it. I'm JJ Zacharyson, host of the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast. Our players to target and players to avoid episodes tell you exactly who to circle and who to cross off. We're providing data-driven research on the podcast all season long so that you're the one talking trash, not taking it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, search the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast, and listen now.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. The John Kobylt Show. Moist line is Friday, 877-MOIST-86, 877-MOIST-86, or use the TalkBack feature on the iHeartRadio app. You could follow us at John Kobylt Radio on social media, at John Kobylt Radio, live on YouTube, live on YouTube, live on X, live on the YouTubes. All right, going to play. We just had Phil Shuman on Fox 11. He was the moderator for this Ramen Bass debate, which Sherman Oaks Homeowners Association tried to keep a secret. God forbid the rest of the city could have easy access to the video stream. We played some clips before. There's one I want to play again, just because it's really funny. It's Bass going after Ramen about Ramen missing literally thousands of city council votes. So play cut one again.
She's going to be the strongest and loudest advocate for something that you have been on the city council for 6 years. You've been at City Hall twice as long as I have. I realize you want to pitch yourself as somebody from the outside, but where were you? You introduced no motions for the entertainment industry. I was in Sacramento advocating. As a matter of fact, I did the first tax credit when I was Speaker of the House. You were nowhere. Even when it came time to vote for the entertainment industry, you walked on votes. As a matter of fact, I believe you have missed several thousand votes because you don't show up to work.
I'm sorry. I have to be able to respond to that. I mean, this mayor, I think she knows.
Have you missed several thousand votes?
Yeah. I mean, we all miss. Days of council. We all miss days of council. But she knows, as well as I do, that I have had regular absences because I've been appointed to external boards that lead me to miss regular council meetings because these bodies that I've been appointed to by the previous mayor, by this mayor, sometimes conflict with our council days. I've also had some absences to take care of my kids or when I get sick, but nothing, nothing beyond the norm.
Worst attendance record.
If you've been to a city council meeting, we could
other council members have outside appointments too.
All right.
You are not the only one, but they find their way to work.
All right,
Well, look.
All right, in the next round.
I do just want to say, if I was such a poor worker, why did you appoint me to all of these external boards? Why was I the city's voice on these entities?
Well, you know what? We really need to
Why
look
was I
at that.
the Housing
That
and
needs to
Homelessness
change.
Committee chair for so long? I was doing
Are you getting ready to resign?
a good job. I was I'm sorry?
I said, are you getting ready to resign?
We're going to move on. We're going to move on. The next round of.
That's great. But you missed thousands of votes. Yeah. Yeah. Daniel Gus wrote saying it could be thousands because each agenda could have many dozens of agenda items, and sometimes amendments require multiple votes. So thousands is possible. And since Raman didn't challenge it, it's likely true. Yeah.
Have you missed several thousand votes?
Yeah. I mean.
Good. That's what you want in a representative. I've just never heard of that in my life. Several thousand votes. What do you do all day? And then she blames her kids. Well, I have kids. For years, companies didn't want to hire women because they were afraid that the women would miss a lot of days' work and say, well, my kid is sick. And that caused a lot of discrimination. And she played right into an old stereotype. You miss thousands of votes and you blame your children. Man. Let's see. This is weird. She was asked if she would fire the police chief, Jim McDonnell. Nithya Raman's response here. Cut 5.
If elected mayor, would you fire Chief McDonnell and replace him?
Firing a police officer is hard to do for a mayor, but his term is up next. And I don't believe that his response to the ICE raids on our streets have met the moment. LAPD on our streets was often seen to be protecting ICE officers who were doing terrible things to our residents, who are kidnapping people, instead of protecting Angelenos. He said he wouldn't enforce a state law around a mask ban. I mean, this is a moment where immigrants in the city are under attack. And I feel like we do need police leadership that respects that and honors that. And I think we can find that leadership. We can find police leadership that takes into account every single resident of Los Angeles and make sure that they can feel safe.
It feels like the police were under attack during these ICE raids too. The police were under attack many times during these ICE raids.
Excuse me, let me just say that you absolutely, since you know so much about the power, you absolutely have the power to fire the police chief on day one. It is not hard to fire the police chief if you want to. No, that's actually not the case.
Raman is so stupid and ignorant. She goes, it's hard to fire a police officer. Police officer has union protections. A police chief serves at the pleasure of the mayor. So does the fire chief. And that's why Bass fired Kristen Crowley. I mean, in a day. She let her go. So, no, it's not hard to, but Raman doesn't know that. Raman doesn't know that the mayor can fire the police chief at will. I mean, that's so crazy. And then this tired ICE nonsense. Didn't enforce the California law. That was declared unconstitutional. She is a low watt bulb. There is no California law about that you can enforce to keep officers from wearing masks. It's unconstitutional, according to federal judges. I mean, ignorant doesn't begin to describe what she is. And enough on ICE. Those were mostly criminal illegal aliens being deported. By the way, you hear everybody in LA government bragging about how the crime rate is way down, lowest rate since the 60s. Yeah, because thousands of criminal illegal aliens were deported. Who do you think was committing the crimes? That's why Trump threw them out. And I don't care if Trump's approval rating is 1% in California. If you're going to brag about a low crime rate, he's the one who deported a lot of criminals by the thousands. So what do you think's going to happen? The crime's going to go down. And a lot of those illegal aliens were criminals. And a lot of those who got deported were criminals. And that's a big reason why the crime rate went down. So go ahead, disapprove of them. Doesn't matter. You're living freer, and you're too stupid to even know why. We got more coming up. Deborah Mark live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Authorities have removed 2 possible explosive devices found inside a home in Manhattan Beach. Cops were called to a house on Chestnut Avenue near Manhattan Beach Boulevard earlier today and temporarily shut down part of the road while the LA County Sheriff's Arson and Explosives team investigated. The scene has since been cleared and the road reopened. No word whether the devices were actually explosives. The news is brought to you by Pacific Coast Termite. Lineage Logistics says it expects to finish cleaning up its burned out cold storage warehouse in Boyle Heights today. The company says most of the debris and rotting food should be cleared from the building by the end of today. The city says the deadline who have done that passed last week. LA's mayor wants a deal to keep Paramount Studios in LA.
As Paramount Skydance continues to battle with California Attorney General Rob Bonta over Paramount buying Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount's recent threat to leave LA, Mayor Bass now wants everyone to play nice.
It is time for all parties to come to the table.
She's changing her tune. Instead of opposing the merger, calling on all sides to sit down and strike a deal that would
keep Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery in LA.
A report from the county this week said if the merger went through, thousands of jobs would be lost, along with billions in economic value. But if Paramount left LA, that could be devastating as well. Jason Nathanson, KFI News.
Neutrogena is apologizing for dropping Hayden Panettiere as a spokesperson while she struggled with postpartum depression in 2015. ABC's Wayne Cabot says Panettiere wrote in her memoir that the skincare company ended her contract after she publicly talked about her mental health struggles following the birth of her daughter.
After a social media backlash from fans since her passing, Neutrogena admits it made her feel unsupported during a very difficult time. The statement saying, "This is not what Neutrogena stands for or who we want to be."
The apology comes days after the actress's death and amid calls for a boycott. The Army is offering first dibs on a video game in exchange for some more time.
2 years. The U.S. Army's 3rd Infantry Division, based out of Fort Stewart, Georgia, is offering a 4-day pass to play Grand Theft Auto 6 to active duty soldiers who sign a re-enlistment contract. The re-ups have to take place before the game is out in November. At least 20 of the 130 eligible soldiers have signed back up because of the GTA 6 perk. Officials say re-enlistment incentives are routine for the Army, with previous events involving the NFL's nearby Atlanta Falcons visiting the Fort Stewart base. Michael Crozier, KFI News.
We're going to go to the 91 next.
Did you hear that? Are you listening to this? It's silence. Yes, that's my phone. Doesn't make any noise. No spam calls, no spam texts. Your phone, probably noisy. Because data brokers are selling your personal information like it's on clearance. Your phone number, home address, email, family members, political affiliations, even where you bank. Those scammers blowing up your phone didn't get lucky. They bought your information, and they'll keep buying it over and over until you make it stop. And I did it with Incogni's help. Incogni, INCOGNI, automatically removes your personal information from hundreds of data brokers and people search sites. Incogni sends the legal removal requests, and they follow up and keep monitoring so your information stays off the lists. If the scammers can't find you, they can't target you. Get 60% off now at incogni.com/KFI. That's 60% off now at incogni.com/KFI.
Southland weather from KFI. We do have a slight chance of showers tonight. Low clouds and fog in the morning, then sunny. Highs 80s to low 90s. Metro LA 90s to the triple digits in the valleys, the high desert and the IE. Windy again in the high desert and the IE. Around 80 at the beaches. Low to upper 80s inland OC. Right now 81 in Laguna Woods and 85 in Rancho Santa Margarita. Crash on the 91 in Cerritos.
The Artesia Freeway portion of the 91 traveling westbound before Artesia Boulevard. It's an accident involving a car and a big rig. The middle lanes are blocked. West 91 leaving Buena Park. You're slow from Knott Avenue down to Lakewood Boulevard. 10 eastbound before Fairplex Drive in Pomona. A crash involving a big rig and an electric vehicle is clearing off the right shoulder. You're slow leaving the Covinas on the east end between Kellogg Drive and Indian Hill Boulevard. 5 southbound transition to the 710 southbound. An accident cleared off the Connector Road. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
Your future is bright, an era of endless possibilities. Claim it, own it, shape it. With Toyota, your space to succeed. From a mobile art studio to a Zen retreat. Sleek Camry, agile Corolla, versatile Corolla Cross, thrilling Corolla hatchback. Built for those who let their heart lead the way. Because Toyota knows a little help changes the game. Wherever your road leads, we got you. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
What can you do at Toyota.com? Better question, what can't you do? Because at Toyota.com, you can check out our latest models, search our inventory, and see our latest offers. You can even build and price your new Toyota right online, picking the exact model and color that's right for you. Whether you just want to download a brochure or you're ready to buy, all things Toyota are at Toyota.com. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Chris Merrill here. What if you could replace your entire home's incoming water pipe system in just one day and save thousands? At Creative Repipe, that is exactly what they do. They're not your typical plumber. They're a specialty company. Repiping is all they do every day, built for volume. They send large professional crews. So your repipe gets done fast and correctly. Most homes are done in just one day. And here's what homeowners love. Because they repipe at scale, their pricing is far lower than the typical $25,000 plumber bid. Creative Repipe's full home incoming water repipe costs only $6,000 to $14,000. That's thousands saved. No more low pressure, leaks, or patchwork repairs. And right now, KFI listeners get 20% off plus great financing. And every repipe comes with a lifetime warranty. If it ever leaks again, they fix it for free for life. KFI listeners get 20% off. Call for your free estimate at 888-373-0046. 888-373-0046 or visit creativerepipe.com.
Protect your retirement with gold and silver. Call Golden Crest Metals, 888-447-7857.
Have a termite problem? You must act fast. Call Ecola at 1-800-332-BUGS.
This August, choose any 2 offers from American Vision Windows. Give them a call or visit the website today.
Here at Habis Law, we've been doing what we do for 40 years.
What we do is make cold-hearted corporations
do the right thing.
Because it's the right thing to do.
I'm Nicholas Habis. A lot has changed in the past 40 years.
But the ideals and philosophies that hold Habis Law together have not changed at all. I'm Omar Habis.
Our core beliefs have only grown stronger.
We believe in really getting to know our clients.
We believe in learning about their families, their hobbies, and their jobs.
Because when you really know a person, it gives you extra strength to fight for them.
Because you think of them as a friend.
They don't teach that in law school.
We believe that lawyers who don't truly know their clients can never be as effective as lawyers that do.
We believe that lawyers who no longer care
can no longer be effective.
These are the beliefs of Habis Law.
Habis Law will never let you down.
That's our family's promise to your family.
Call Habis Law at 1-800-INJURED.
Talk with us and your day will get a whole lot better.
HAWASLaw.com.
Omar Habis and Nicholas Habis are California licensed attorneys with an office in Los Angeles. Past results do not guarantee future outcomes.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. It's the John Kobylt Show. We're on from 3 to 6. We're live on YouTube. We're live on X. I told you years ago that the full truth about the COVID virus wasn't going to come out for years. There was obviously a huge cover-up. And people acted like obedient sheep We were lied to. People were punished for speaking out about the truth. And now we have the Fauci diaries, which proves that he was the one lying all along. Robert Kennedy Jr. went on Fox yesterday and told a story of Fauci paying a University of North Carolina scientist named Ralph Barrick to develop a technique which makes pathogens more dangerous and then covers up the evidence of human manipulation. Barrick instructed one of the main researchers at the Wuhan lab, and you know what happened from there. That was a manipulated virus. And listen to Robert Kennedy, because he says it's all about developing bioweapons technology. And after we play this clip, I'll tell you how Javier Becerra is now being dragged into this case. There's a subpoena out for him. There's an order from a committee to answer questions, not a subpoena yet on Becerra. Okay, play the RFK clip on Fox.
He was lying about the origins from day one. Why was he lying? Because he funded those studies at the Wuhan lab, and he funded the studies at the University of North Carolina that developed the techniques for weaponizing COVID-19, and then gave those, Ralph Barrick, his funded scientist at the University of North Carolina, gave those to Xi Jinping, the scientist, the bat lady scientist in the Wuhan lab, and he taught her a technique that Anthony Fauci had paid him to develop called seamless ligation, which is also called no-seam. It's a way of manipulating the virus to make it deadly to human beings and then covering up the evidence of human manipulation. And why would anybody spend NIH money developing that kind of technology? It's bioweapons technology. It has nothing to do with public health. It's the opposite. It's the inverse of anything you would want to do with public health. Well, he took that and he gave it to the Chinese military lab in Wuhan. So these are, and as you mentioned at the beginning of this, we today, NIH, has now issued a policy to make sure these kind of experiments can never happen again. The NIH will never again pay for a dangerous gain-of-function experiment.
Mr. Secretary, you know what, that now makes sense, because when people would hear the story that Fauci sent our tax money to help enhance this virus, people would go, well, why would he do that? Why would we get involved in this? What benefit is to enhance a virus? Wuhan was a Chinese military lab. It's bioweapons technology. And we were developing it here in America with this University of North Carolina scientist, and he was sharing the information at the Wuhan lab. Now, the motivation for sharing it with the Chinese, I don't know. I haven't seen an answer to that. But there was no purpose to enhancing the COVID virus, a bat virus, to make it this powerful. And it always bugged me. It's like, why would you do this? I mean, just you're Frankenstein and you're doing it just for the sport? Just for your own entertainment? It's like bioweapon. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. It's a military lab. The things you see and the things you are told, especially by our government and foreign governments, are simply cover stories. They're plausible cover stories. They're stuff that people want to believe. People don't want to believe that we have government officials doing this. You know, they look at Fauci, they turned him into some kind of demigod. They acted like he was a super parent, protecting us all, making us feel better because we were sick or afraid of getting sick. And Daddy Fauci would make us comfortable. No. Your dad's working to build a bioweapon. Somebody's dad builds bioweapons. America's protector was helping to build bioweapons, and something got loose. Somebody dropped a flask, broke a dish, because the scientists there at the Wuhan lab, they all got sick first. They were the first ones. Then they went out into the world, and the race was on. Now there's more Fauci fallout, as Fox News is calling it. The House Oversight Committee, James Comer, is accusing Javier Becerra of hiding Fauci's diary and cell phone from Congress. Because Robert Kennedy has Becerra's old job running Health and Human Services. And these are all the documents that had information about COVID-19, gain-of-function research, Wuhan, requested way back in November of 2023, and Becerra blocked it or didn't go looking for it. But Kennedy found it, turned it over to Rand Paul, and that's the 1,000 pages that you've heard being debated ever since. Now, this committee has given Becerra until September 2nd to answer whether he knew about the diary, why it wasn't produced back in 2023, and whether any Biden officials pressured him to withhold it. Becerra is not a good guy. He's a bad guy. As you probably have heard, he lost track of many hundreds of thousands of children that came here illegally over the border. And Becerra just allowed them to get sold into anything from sex slavery to harsh factory work to farm work, all kinds of cruel situations where they were exploited and abused. And he never cared. He just doesn't give a crap. But that's your possible next governor. We'll talk next about another cover-up. Another set of lies is coming out about the Lineage logistics situation in Boyle Heights, the big fire. If you remember, Karen Bass told us that the air is not dangerous. According to St. John's Community Health, they have released statistics how many residents suffered from a long list of symptoms. And it was very dangerous. We'll give you those statistics when we come back. And do we still have that clip of her saying it's not dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody about her judgment there. Deborah Mark is live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Here is the latest. A woman accused of plotting an ISIS-inspired attack in New York is in custody. Wilbur, the viral West Hollywood pig, got adopted by a famous person this morning. We'll have more at the top of the hour, heading over to the 101 next.
Being hurt in an accident is like a punch in the gut that you never saw coming. And the attorneys at Sweet James know the agony and the disruption and the devastation that people go through. Sweet James has spent 25 years fighting for injured accident victims, and he's going to fight for you, his whole team. They have the experience and the reputation and the care to help you make your comeback. Because they've helped out thousands of people recover when an accident has changed their lives. They've won over $1 billion for their clients. They can't guarantee the outcome, but you want a law firm like Sweet James on your side when you need someone the most. You call 800-9-million, 800-9-000-000. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James. You pay nothing until they win. They have an office in Los Angeles. 800-9-million, 800-9-million, 800-9-000-000, sweetjames.com.
Southland weather from KFI, sunny and hot again tomorrow. Highs in the around 80 to the triple digits. This report brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. From your Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. Stall on the 101 in Woodland Hills.
Eastbound side of the 101 Ventura Freeway past Winnetka Avenue. It's a stalled big rig and it's blocking the right-hand lane, and you have a solid backup right now from Lost Hills Road. On the 101 Hollywood Freeway heading southbound just before Lankershim Boulevard as you head around Universal City. It's a hit-and-run situation involving an electric vehicle. All the activities on the right shoulder, but you're slow coming away from the North Hollywood Freeway split on the South 101. 91 westbound before Artesia Boulevard, a crash involving a big rig and a car still blocking the middle lanes. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Mike Morris.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help.
PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
This report is sponsored by CummonsRecall.com.
Recall 67A mobile appointments are now available in your area. We come to you, quick, easy, and under an hour. Complete the recall to get $500, plus a warranty worth thousands. Schedule today at CummonsRecall.com.
If you own a local business, Search Local gives you the tools to get found and compete online without a big company budget. Your business is probably already on there, so visit and claim your business, promote coupons, post jobs, list services and menus, bid on projects, and connect with more local customers. It's less than $3 a day. Free popular platforms for locals and influencer accounts too. Go to searchlocal.com and use promo word local for 1 month free and a 50% discount. That's searchlocal.com.
Visit LearCapital.com for your free gold investment kit. That's LearCapital.com.
Morongo's giving away a Mustang GT Fastback. It's sleek and turns heads. We already have so much in common. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Walker Hayes is bringing that country stuff to Morongo on the 22nd.
Number 2.
Morongo's Travel Center gas prices are the lowest around.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback, the 31st.
Morongo, good times.
Have you been avoiding shorts or swimsuits because of painful varicose or embarrassing spider veins? Is that how you want to live? West Medical can help. Treatments may be covered by most PPO insurance plans, including Anthem Blue Cross, Aetna, Cigna, United Healthcare, and more. Don't ignore leg pain, swelling, or bulging veins. Call 1-800-WEST Medical for your free consultation or visit westmedical.com today. Isn't it time to feel incredible?
Feel incredible. 1-800-WEST Medical.
I always had the excruciating foot pains. I would have to sit down just watching people go by you. With my good Pete Art support, I don't have to worry, oh no, we have to wait for him again. Now I'm going to run it right by you and I'll pass you up.
We have 11 area locations. Find the one closest to you at goodfeet.com.
Therapy Thursday with Ellen K is a new iHeart podcast where secrets come out, emotions run high, and no topic is off limits. Listen now on the iHeartRadio app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Free shouldn't come with a catch. With iHeartRadio, it doesn't. No monthly fees, no trial periods. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
If you run a business and need to get your message to your next customers fast, nothing is faster than audio with iHeart. Let us help you grow your business at the speed of sound today at 844-844-iHeart.
Toyota's national sales event is on, and now's the time to find your new Toyota. Whether you're looking for the capability of a Tacoma or Tundra, the efficiency of a Camry or Corolla, or the versatility of a RAV4, there's a Toyota built for you. With low lease payments and APRs on our most popular models, now's the perfect time to get yours. But don't wait. Toyota National Sales Event ends soon. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
What can you do at Toyota.com? Better question, what can't you do? Because at Toyota.com, you can check out our latest models, search our inventory, and see our latest offers. You can even build and price your new Toyota right online, picking the exact model and color that's right for you. Whether you just want to download a brochure or you're ready to buy, all things Toyota are at Toyota.com. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
The countdown to the NFL season is on, and Fox Sports Radio is where you join the conversation with the Dan Patrick Show.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
You have to strike when the iron is hot in the NFL.
And more. Download the iHeartRadio app, search NFL, and listen now.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk radio. John Kobylt Show. We've got the podcast coming out just a few minutes after 6 o'clock. We had Phil Shuman on this hour. We had Royal Oaks about 2 Supreme Court cases that Trump's involved in the 4 o'clock hour. And we went through a lot of clips of Bass and Raman, both in the 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock hours. So you can hear all that on the podcast. Now we have coverage of the Los Angeles Chargers. Give me 10 years. Who are they playing today?
San Francisco 49ers.
So the Chargers 49ers, that game's carried on KFI. And we'll have that for you after 6 o'clock. So no Conway today. All right. We got this little clip. Karen Bass. This was like the day after the fire started. Remember, she had flown to Chicago to celebrate Obama's grand opening of his presidential center. She was out of town again for a big fire. She comes back and she tells the people what?
Is the air dangerous? No, the air is not dangerous.
The air is not dangerous. This was day 2 of the fire. The air is not dangerous. Okay, let's fast forward to this week. St. John's Community Health, a network of community health centers, released a report and said that between June 17th and July 31st, 1,300 patients got checked out, and 469 were suffering fire-related exposure health issues. 348 cases of toxic smoke effects. 320 cases of contact and exposure to hazardous substances. 54 cases of acute upper respiratory infections. 49 cases of headaches. 46 cases of eye disorders. 22 cases of asthma. 21 cases of cough. 20 respiratory conditions because of chemical inhalation, 18 cases of housing and economic issues, 7 cases shortness of breath, 2 ischemic heart disease, 1 acute atopic conjunctivitis. Now, you might say, well, some of this, people have all kinds of afflictions all the time. Well, not in these cases. For example, in April and May, before the fire, how many people suffered toxic effects of smoke? 0. June and July, 348. How about hazardous substance exposure? Pre-fire, April, May, 0. June and July, 320. Headaches, right? So lots of people get headaches. Well, pre-fire, 25. Went to a clinic for it. 49, June and July. And also, there's a full breakdown of the treatments provided to the residents. 300 patients treated for headaches and pain, 213 with antihistamines, 115 eye irritation, 114 for nasal congestion. So I don't. What did Karen Bass say again? I forget. What did she say? The air is it dangerous? Do we know?
No, the air is not dangerous.
The air is not dangerous. Okay. The air is not dangerous. Never, ever, ever. When there's some kind of fire or disaster, they did this at 9/11. 9/11 with all that toxic smoke, toxic chemicals in the air, and the federal government came out, the Bush administration says, the air is fine, don't worry about it. And then thousands of cases, firefighters and police officers and many other people suffered deadly, debilitating illnesses and conditions from breathing in the toxic smoke and the fire. All right, we're carrying the Chargers 49ers game here on KFI, and that is coming up in just seconds. Conway off today. He'll be back tomorrow. Michael Kerzer has the news in the KFI News Center.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange.